Oh, no worries,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we were like, don't jump,
Kids
don't jump, and he
before
jumps.
dungeon delving.
Yeah. Oh, don't jump like we told him, okay? So no one jump if I say don't jump.
Oh no, monkey jumping
I
on
can't
the bed.
promise anything, Alex. I might jump, dude.
Jumping.
Yeah.
Roll
I mean,
that
my
die.
characters just pretend, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's pretend until they die. Then you guys can take it back.
You never know.
Right. So, you guys had a brief, I guess a brief, smooth escape from the Beholder's Lair, thanks to some very last minute considerations and some flight or fight methods in which Darko suggested everyone goes their own way. Somehow, some way, as Darko and the rest of you guys all leave the cavern, the Beholder does not exit with you. Oh, thank goodness. As you all exit one after another and Darko follows through, you're one short. Wherever is Ponzi? With no initial decisions to go back and get him, you all find yourselves somehow at the JR, back, going about your business. We have the professor going about acquiring, how do we say, a particular cavern, or at least a particular portion of said cavern, that has been excavated beneath the Jolly Roger. It houses quite a bit of space, however, the particular room they offer you is a bit messy, full of muck and tar, as if someone had previously had some kind of chemistry arrangement within, and was not as clean, neat, or capable, at least based off of the mess before you. The rest of you talk about ideas and things to do, and about the town of the Crowl, which is now known, or was known as Cape Crowl. Professor, it's assumed that you take your time to clean it up and make it, suitable for your basic and core needs, in which you can later do more renovations and move more in. But while you're doing that briefly, we have Varian and Poquito Mas with Darko in the tavern. What are the three of you doing as Ponzi is missing from action and the professor is dealing with a arrangement in which they've got a sweet deal on? Poquito takes a quick moment.
Yeah, Varian is going to be actually in the cathedral. He's going to go in there and he's going to. This may be blasphemous for Darko, but he's going to be praying to Julaverne, asking Julaverne if he was certain that these are the people that he was sent to be with.
That's a good question.
Asking for a second opinion.
Good question.
Give me a D100 and then a religion check.
It'd be like one of those weirdos that like nudges him while he's praying. What are we doing?
We are hopefully leaving you. And then
Oh.
check.
I am not wanted here. I will go with the Jolly Cross. Jolly! Jolly! I'm like yelling in the church.
That goes.
You calling for me?
It's what you told me to call you, yes?
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know you're doing wrong right now. You definitely shouldn't be calling on your god in the church of another. You get this interference as if there's this reaching to you, Varian, from your god. That's almost like it's trying to, like, usher you. However, it gets just ripped up, like just completely disconnected, Darko, as you feel like a little pink from another wholly non-agent of yours reaching into your cathedral. You get this weird sense like your privy is being pierced through, and then quickly you feel it just get nipped in the bud, and you get a little echo over your shoulder that only you can hear. Hey buddy, got a little incoming call distraction. Bounce that sucker. Don't you worry. Got this place on lockdown. Who's that one?
Oh, you're back.
And he
You're back.
gives you the direction of Varian.
The fuck you doing? I'm talking to you.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing about him just pinging off. My God, like no one's home right now. Why,
Fuck you,
I am
you think you're in
trying.
this church.
I'm trying to verify that. My God must have made a mistake. You cannot be the crew that I'm supposed to be with.
What makes you say that?
Look at the display down there. It's so uncouth. Definitely not balanced. It would take me a lifetime to balance you all.
I'm
Who
nothing but
says we need balance?
Joe Laverne says that. He says it about all. Well, maybe not all. He looks over at Paquito. But most.
I'm gonna like use a finger and just balance on one finger. I am nothing but balance.
So who you're where are you doing that? Are you because like I see you positioned in
I'm literally
between
in
Darko
between
and
the pews.
I. So you're in between Darko and I.
I'll
Well, then
balance on the top of the pew.
I'm just gonna theatrically say like stage whisper over top of like your legs in front of me to Darko. Joe Laverne says he's beyond saving.
Do I know who Drew
Just
Laverne
like-
is?
Yeah, you definitely do, but you don't know them. You don't know any followers of such. It's an old god, an ancient god, a god that was followed on another continent that never quite perched on this ground, at least in your term.
Where are you from?
Oh shit. Contact notes. Caspa, right?
Casp is where
Casp.
you, I guess, reside. I guess would be the proper term.
I'm assuming
My
that's a long
lands-
ways away from here,
My
correct?
lands and my
It's
family
north.
holdings
it's the
are
north
in
continent,
Caspa.
where the port is. So it's actually the north city, the north port of Lisperia, being the only way in from sea, or well, technically with a port at least. Small town, big issue with the creatures in the immediate vicinity. So they have a fancy fence that usually holds them off, but at times it fails. Prone to raiding. To more sentient or humanoid-based creatures. Otherwise, a very capable and necessary establishment and town placement. Also, founders are from Asia, which is the continent far to the west.
Still, people like you believing in that old hogwash.
Old hogwash. I'll have you know, you've already seen his power. I've yet to
What
see
power?
any true power from you, except that of. Do I detect you've made a deal?
Oh, except for the beholder that almost ate your ass.
I saw that you failed with him.
You, what? God, my God damn it! No, it was because of me. But he
Oh,
actually
you're
went away
losing
in
your
the first
balance.
place.
Julavan's blessings on you, sir. And then Varian's gonna just walk off.
Darko's definitely flustered at this point. What in the hog hell just happened here? Get this man out of my church.
Professor, can I get a performance check, please?
Sure. Is my performance just for cleaning or?
Yeah, just for seeing in Meek's eyes how well you're doing.
Okay.
And you
I was
see
gonna
if
say,
you
are
ever
we-
take a look, if as you like get down and dirty and just make it happen, you're just doing this whole freaking scene, and you notice that Meek has the supervisor title tag on his little name necklace right now, and he's like, yes, oh, no bubbles, no splash.
Meek should get an
spoiler.
inspiration die for my performance.
He's like standing there, his eyes gleam over. Meek unlock new method. Yes, yes. He looks excited, but you don't know what that means as he like
He
starts
watches
scribbling
because I
and-
make soap in front of him and show it like I make like a makeshift soap, if you will. I know it takes a long time to
discovers-
actually make soap.
Yeah,
but-
oh, it's magical. Make just you have like a Insta soap concoction that you have lying around. And Meek is just like, yes, this make many people slip fast. Yes. And he runs off with excitement.
Beautiful.
That place is sparkly clean and ready for your personal projects. You find yourself
Set up
content
my alchemy kit and everything.
with what
Full
you have,
alchemist.
and you realize you need much more. You need much
Yes.
more to fill this space.
Much more.
I'll drop you a map in that by next week.
Cool.
Otherwise, you do find yourself rejoining the group or wherever it is. You all discover yourselves lingering, whether it's still be in the church, the bar, or
I
on the
I look
grounds
for
in
the
general.
dwarf.
Where would you be, Darko? After that particular incident in which you have a very tall, skinny, not your size shadow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably like just ranting at this point to Poquito Mas because I know he was like trying to follow me. I don't know where, but he was trying to follow me somewhere, and so I'm
Lead me
sure
the
that.
right way. Where are we going?
Well, as long as you're standing around me, I'm going to complain and I'm going to bitch about that variant over there. He is a son of a bitch coming in here praying to some other god and then telling me I'm out of balance. We're out of balance. He's out of balance.
This is true. He is out of balance. Bitch.
Yes.
Varian's making friends.
Professor will be listening for bitching.
Well, you're definitely hearing it.
I go
He's a good
towards
fighter,
the
though.
bitching. Where
No,
do
he
I
fight-
hear the
he do a
bitching
good job.
coming from?
We're still in the church.
Okay.
It's probably just echoing in the church. I'm assuming the doors are open to the JR, so it's probably just very loud and echoey.
I can respect a man who can punch very hard, and he know how to slice. It's pretty close.
I gotta work on this voice. This is really fucking hard to do.
It's Smeagol? What was it?
Yeah, it was Smeagol. I'm trying to do Smeagol.
Oh yeah, your actual tone, yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I think. Where's the dwarf? The one who sent us down to fight that beholder. Yes,
You talk.
And I
you
kind of like
talk
climb up into your face and like poke your nose.
You talk funny.
Of course, I'm a goblin.
What do you want?
Now, I want my money.
What
You
money?
sent me down there. You said I would get something. I helped save, and I point to Varian, that guy. I gave that one, and I point to Paquita Mas, a belt of invisibility.
What this does? I use it instantly.
You vanish.
Clearly you have. Okay. Well, let me tell you what. Little,
What's my money?
how much money? God damn. Jesus, get out of your breath stinks. Can you just back up a little bit?
It's actually probably pretty minty fresh. He's a very
Oh,
clean
is it?
goblin. Yeah,
Mm.
he's well
Your,
kept.
your breath is pungent and it's burning my nostrils with the peppermint. Can you back up, please?
Oh no, I just invented it.
Great. That's great. As far
No.
as money, no, I'm a man of the cloth. You see, I don't typically carry money on me. Money doesn't really mean much to me. So you want to go to?
Can I make a perception check to see how much this place costs to build?
Yeah. Give me an insight check. I guess.
Visible people still see their hand.
No, an invisible person sees none of them.
Oh my god! Hands are missing! No!
Professor, you
I
are
have no clue.
distracted.
Yeah.
By an invisible Paquito Mas screaming like he just scored a goal in FIFA.
Yes, yes, yes. You are invisible. It is a funny thing. Now,
Oh,
about the
here.
money.
Yeah, about the money. Well, you see, I don't keep money on me. Again, I am a man of the cloth. It is beneath me, you see, to keep money on me. You want to go talk to the man who keeps the books around here. That is a kobold, shady
Yes.
kobold, mind you, by the
Yes,
name
no.
of Yes, yeah. Go talk to him.
I already struck a bargain with him. I am now the newest resident of the JR.
Oh, he made you do one of those like signature things on a contract. Is that what it was?
No contract.
Hmm.
Between kobold and goblin.
I don't know if I trust either one of you. But go get your money. Don't talk to me about money anymore. Shoot, get out of here.
Now,
Go.
before I go, what was it all about? What was
what
the
all
point?
about?
Us risking our lives?
I'm quite curious as well. Did not
Well-
find anybody from the holiday horde down there.
Just a voice is coming from nothing.
I am right here. I am right here.
It's like my conscience is speaking to me. Well, you see,
I don't know how to turn it off. Oh my god! I'm invisible forever.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Hour.
I don't say anything.
I like to think he really thinks he's stuck that way forever now.
He starts crying, but you guys continue.
I just like shoo him away.
You
it's
guys
You're
funny you should
alone.
ask the
You're alone.
ambient, Pokito Moss, and ever around, just kind of floating inaudible noises of
sobbing.
dissatisfaction with their current condition.
It's funny you should ask that question. You see, because originally, I thought we were going down there to find something of value. And instead, what we ended up with was an ambush. Now, I know you scurried off before the beholder came around, but you see, we did have a conversation, me and the big fella, and yeah, it seems we were sent down there as bait, maybe
Well.
a sacrifice of sorts.
That is a problem.
Indeed, it is, and it is something we are keen and privy to work on. I did inform you all of this prior, but it has seemed to have been lost on all of you that these kobolds did set us up. And here we are making deals and shit, but that's up to you. That's totally fine.
Alas, anyone of any intelligence could have told you that they were gonna get us. Never
But yet
trust a
you went
kobold.
down there anyways.
Yes, because there's always something of great value.
Well,
You must risk yourself every once in a while.
are you suggesting we go back?
No, fuck that.
Exactly. Exactly what I thought.
What? And I pull out the news article from Van Quee.
Mhm.
Whatever. I guess Alex, would we have had like a would have been like the news?
Yeah, it's kind of like a floating paper that just kind of showed up in the tavern as you guys see it lying about.
Since I cannot get compensation for the deeds done, you will help me do this. And I point to the paper.
Accidentally pokes me.
Which part of the paper?
Just
Generally,
I just point to it. Just generally point to it. With the intent of pointing to going to Cape Crowl to the potions.
Okay. Darko looks over it. I suppose I could do that. It might be, seems that patrons are coming back to Crowl, which is very interesting.
Yes. But I don't
For
care.
dark-
Just care about
Maybe
this.
we can get ourselves some new patrons, some new followers to come back and celebrate here at the JR. What do you say?
Sure, you do what you do. I gotta do what I do.
The more the merrier. Invite all your new friends.
And then I look for Paquito Mas, or not look for him, but I just say, if you
I'm
you can
over here.
deactivate, you just deactivate it. You just stop concentrating on it.
Right. Am I thinking about it too much?
Give me a wisdom check.
Yes.
I hope you put him into a loop where he can't
Yeah, I'm
stop
thinking
thinking
about
about
it
it,
so
so therefore he
It's a
stays
one,
invisible.
let's see.
If he rolls a 1, that may be the case. He might be invisible
See.
forever.
Very
Paquito
wise.
Mas, it's kind of like Willy Wonka when you're having the soda pop, and you just start kind of, instead of burping, you take deep breaths and you go into your mantra.
Body is a temple. Body is a temple.
You guys slowly start to see the temple of Paquito Mas appear. As you open your eyes, Paquito, everyone is
Beautiful
staring,
body.
and
Here
you see
again.
yourself yet again.
As soon as I see him, I take the belt. I need
Oh!
this back. I have
Tis for the
something
best.
better for you. I can roll a sleight of
Give me
hand
one
if you
second,
want
guys.
me
I'm gonna
to.
kick a night.
Never want to be invisible again.
We'll
Worst.
see how sleight of hand goes.
Nice.
Snatch it from your.
It was a gift. Who would take
You would-
away a gift?
You'll get it back, don't you, Roy?
I don't know if I want it back now. I'm not so sure.
It will be better.
Do we still have a carnival going around the JR, or is that like a
Oh
thing in the
my
past?
god, that's right.
I think we do.
Circus
We
guys.
should. We have a circus guy.
Or circus, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to the circus.
We have the JR is a cash cow.
I was gonna say we need to get some flyers made for the circus because Darko needs some fucking souls here. So he needs to start promoting this circus now that people are coming back to Cape Crowl.
Mm. Maybe we should sacrifice the holiday horde.
I mean, if we can catch them.
Let's do it. Let's just go sacrifice Crowl.
Well, that's the intention. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, maybe because the JR makes so much money, maybe we could build a secondary satellite church up in Crowl. There's a thought for you.
Yeah. You kind of have to have another church that's like off in the middle of nowhere that you send your people who have risen to, you know, a level of status,
Mhm.
you know.
Well,
And
I
then
mean, I
that
think
church
that-
that's off nowhere, that's where you sacrifice them, you know.
Maybe if there's like an island off the coast or something like that.
Meanwhile, you can send people from here, the evangelized, to Crowl and other
Mhm.
places to spread the word and establish churches.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
hmm
And once they've reached a certain age, they go to the main place.
Once they reach a certain age, he's done with them. Darko just
No.
doesn't want them anymore.
Well, I mean, Darko does like him young,
Wha-
so.
Is this Catholicism?
Archer, old boy, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Oh no. Pope Darko.
Next week, I'm just going to be wearing a Pope hat. Little fucking collar thingy over here.
Remember the first game with Darko and he was like a little too interested in kids?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
It was.
I
When
was
John
working
was
that
trying to
one
like
out.
find the character.
I was working that one out.
Yeah. All of us going,
Darko's
is John
still
playing a
little
pedo?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
All right.
we can appreciate the in character, you know, commitment.
You got to
But,
commit, you know?
Yeah.
I
That's
think
how the dice roll. You just got to commit.
you just, you know, and it's just a little bit further than I'm willing to. You know,
maybe it's like my
just like in Tropic
acting,
Thunder,
I'm
you
just
never
not
go
that
full
serious. Yeah.
Go for
You
it.
never
Maybe
go
you're just a
full
little
pedal.
more serious actor than the rest of us, you know?
Very method actor.
Oh no.
Got to get into the character.
Mhm.
So,
A little too into the
Mhm.
character. Hey, this hasn't been streaming, has it?
It has.
always. No,
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
always
god.
streaming.
Uh,
Fortunately,
Say
there's
your real
only one
name.
person watching, so it's all good.
Okay.
so, you guys, it sounds like discuss the news article and paper and come up with a grand plan of the direction you guys wish to go. What's
I
up?
think
Yeah, that's what we talked
Crowl.
about.
The crowd.
We're gonna go to Crowl. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Well, did
walk there?
the clock was the clock guy, like the guy that had his time stolen, was that also in the Crowl region?
Yeah, that's where you have to go pick up the actual quest at the corral post.
Okay, but all three of them, we'd have to go to Crowl regardless. Is that accurate, or just the first and the third one?
Let me verify that real quick for you. Hold on.
Okay.
Let us take a look. See, that's not your guys'. 1 second.
There's a message in the sky. It says we
So-
must go to Crowl.
Yeah, I
Should
mean,
go.
all of them
There's
are in
information
more
there.
direct reference to Crow. The Raven Queen's sisters is more of just referring to what's been claimed. That's not
Got
like, I mean, that's more of a rumor, literally, if you guys wish to pursue it or not for whatever. But the other two are specific to Crow, yes, in the sense of the magic shop it's referring to. I hope you guys understand where that is.
Yes. Yeah. I get that. Yep.
Characters
Well,
don't
I'm
know.
assuming the arcane
Dark
lock is no longer arcane lock because Alistar died.
So it was
So it
it was
opened.
removed at some point after Alistar's demise, but I don't think it fades because he passes.
I think it does. It should,
does
shouldn't it?
I don't know. 'Cause
I
it doesn't
think-
come
I
to
don't
the
know.
top.
Assume my magic dies when
No,
I die, but I don't know that for a fact.
No,
I know
it's
there's a
like-
few things that don't, like the hollow ground. So like,
I wouldn't say
it
arcane
doesn't.
lock drops when
I
someone.
have
passes.
arcane
feel
lock. I
it's-
think.
And since I don't have to concentrate on
Here,
it or anything,
let me read it.
it's permanent.
Okay, so otherwise it is impassable until it is broken or the spell is dispelled or suppressed. Yeah, so even if he dies, so it has to be dispelled.
or suppressed or broken, however
suppressed
it may
or
be.
broken,
But
yeah.
it has been achieved after 3 months of time, and a new homeowner has moved in.
Hey, Alex, by the way, I just added Ray of Frost. Is there a way you can delete poison spray?
Mm-hmm.
My character sheet.
Damn it,
What
did
man.
they
We're
do with
both
the
rocking
horses?
Ray of Frost now. We should have coordinated on that.
I tried to go acid splash as well, but I think
Oh, I have
it-
acid splash.
it'd
I'm
have been a
going
little
back,
it'd have been a little
Yeah.
bit too OP, I think.
dude. I
So
went
Ray of
acid
Frost.
and Ray, and then I did Booming Blade to
Yeah.
stack on my attacks because, like, then I can
Booming
get extra.
Blade is
you know.
tricky because the damage only goes off if I move after being hit.
Mhm. But sometimes they
I'm just
do.
saying, I had a team. I had my Tuesday
Hey, you
group.
can push
in
people
in
around,
another
so they'll
campaign,
move.
And one dude had.
No,
Booming
they
Blade
have to
every time he
willingly
used it.
move.
Yeah, he has to willingly move. So that was the
Willingly.
issue. Is that one
But
dude
you know,
literally
when
always
I
wanted to
can
hit, but I never
also
moved.
cause fear, it stacks.
It goes.
Yeah,
It goes
There
places.
you go.
Nonetheless, you guys get ready to go to the Crowl. And Darko, do you offer them your guys' premium wagon services, or
One of their
mean,
wagons,
yeah.
by the way, is
I ain't walking.
dismantled.
yeah, one of them's like a mini wagon, like a professor,
I
like a
I
dog
dismantled
sled.
it.
There, you
Oh,
can take that one. We'll take the big one. You take the little one.
And,
On the travel-
where pray,
Yeah.
On-
where pray are you three off to?
None of your goddamn
Uh,
business.
Crowl.
Mm.
As he says, Crowl, do you want to come?
I
Totally
suppose.
disregarding Dark.
Fuck.
Very.
Could use his weapons with us.
It is Jollivan's will, I suppose.
I mean, he did the best. I mean, and then you
Surely,
did well,
I
so
must be
pointing
atoning
to
for something.
Quito Mas.
Do very well. Do
Serverian,
poquito
can you
más.
give me a perception check?
Perception check, alright. Gotta be better than 1. Gotta be better than a 1. Yes. So I'm improving.
Little one.
Fuck.
Yeah, and you get on the wagon, and when you do, you see a colorful leaf. Like, God, that means something to you, but you just can't put your finger on it. Oh well, it's with you.
Alex, when are you gonna stop like giving us the ability to get storyline by rolls? Like all it does is just slam the door in your face over and over.
It doesn't. You can use it later against you guys. I love it. This is like step 1 of Colors of the Wind.
I know, right? Alex, while I took the belt away from Poquito Mas, I'm gonna tinker with it and infuse it with fairy fire.
Okay.
What?
Real quick, when you infused those into that specific form of item, and it's functioned, is it functioned against the user? Like, how does it? Like, is it like a like?
They
a
can just
link,
it's
like a
the
little...
charges. They have charges, so they have to use it. So
So-
if it's a they do have to make a constitution check if they do take damage because they are concentrating on that spell. If it is a concentration spell, otherwise it is charges. So they have 10 charges.
Then, but is it like, so would we say that from the belt? It's like if it's not like, so the belt itself, the centerpiece is the actual magic part, right?
Correct.
It's the
Yeah.
focus.
So it is the focus.
Illuminates or lights up every time it's being casted. Okay, so there's some visual aspect to it. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's up to you on whether or not you want it to.
Whoever
be
uses the
visual
belt has to be that the character from My Hero Academia when they use it that shoots from their belly button. You know, whenever you cast a spell, you.
Oh, I totally know what you're saying. The sparkle beam ray.
Boom. Yeah, the sparkle beam ray. That I'm trying to figure out how they cast the spells from it. You know, like it's not like Poquito Mas just shoots it from his fingers if he wears the belt. You know,
they like
does the hula and it just starts shooting around in circles like a little sparkler. But nonetheless, okay, cool.
Like
so you're gonna switch away from it.
Yeah. Ian, do you know which anime he's talking about?
I know the anime, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Okay. There's a character that has a belly ring that shoots like a Care Bear ray out of his tummy.
Yeah, basically Care Bear ray. Yeah,
I like the idea of the hula, but you'd have to explain to me that I need to do that.
I would.
The invisibility was easy. That didn't matter because it was self-cast, but the other one was like a shooting. So that's why I was curious on a bit.
Oh yeah, it's fairy fire, so it's like shooting an area
in the middle of a battle. Like
so,
I'm fighting
here's
someone
the
and
thing.
what?
Listen. Stop talking.
Sorry, I hope I didn't miss anything.
Poquito Mas and Professor are having a silent battle.
Staring Poquito Mas down.
They're having a
No,
battle.
stop talking, and that's
A
it. We
silent
just stop
battle.
talking.
Professor was anticipating you talking again so he could tell you to stop. But you were a good listener, sir.
Keto just does what he's told.
So, the belt. You activate by touching it and thrusting and saying fairy fire.
Sounds very familiar. I do this with women all the time.
Can I hear this?
Yeah.
This sounds inappropriate.
Don't you roll. This
Oh,
is just
talking?
all how it's supposed to be used. Then,
Well, I hope only when when you are consummating a marriage, you may fairy fire to your heart's desire. Remember, there's a balance that you must strike.
when you were bard in your last life, you were a good story weaver. I then began to tell him how to use it. But most importantly, he has to hip thrust and scream fairy fire every time.
Again, I must protest. This is truly grotesque.
Unnecessary. He's doing it entirely because he thinks Poquito Mas will do it in a fight.
Can I do a practice run?
Well, I don't
my
know.
hand.
I think Varian would
That's
still be
clearly what I think you're
upset
talking
with
about.
this unless you tipped him off in some way.
No, this is entirely
We
for
will- yeah,
professors'
so,
own amusement. This is
Where
for
would
no
you,
one
Poquito
else's.
Mas,
But it's-
be focusing
He-
this
he
thrust?
explains that it has to be at a group of enemies or some people for it to
Target,
affect.
yeah.
So he has
We'll do
to
it directly
target
at Varian.
people.
Does it
Feel
Go
my
off.
fairy fire!
He thrusts his little
I-
lower abdomen forward as you just see like this light light up from within the belt and then fire out toward you, Severian. I believe it's an attack roll for firefighter, right?
Fairy fire is, and I don't know if you can just like give him an item that has 10 charges or what, but
I'll make one in the future that we can rotate around, but I don't.
where is fairy fire? I had it on me. Oh, it's a first level spell. Duh. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue or green. I think it's a saving throw. It's a dex saving throw.
Save. So variant
Yes.
deck save.
Darko,
Within
you just see
range.
a beam.
So the range is 60 feet. So I explained to
Is
him.
it your magic save? Or is it my deck save?
It's, I believe, the professor.
Mine. So he would
Perfect, okay.
fail because it would be a 17, I think.
A lick of
Yeah, 17.
like dust comes and bashes against you, Severian. Looking across your fixture, and then you notice almost as if you're
Disgusting.
glowing as you feel a little sizzle along your body. There's no damage, right? It's just a glow, right? It's a highlight.
Yeah, it's a highlight. So it gives
As you
it.
just kind of feel
So
like this
anyone
sting
that's
as it stings to your
invisible
body.
or whatever, you
It
can
would've
see
been
it and you
perfect
gain
if Mosquito
advantage.
was still invisible.
Yeah.
Severian, you feel
Oh,
this just
Look
poof.
lovely.
It's as if
It's
Tinkerbell.
truly disgusting. Get it off of me.
Just
Never had so
Professor
much come out of me
Glur is
before when I
just
fired.
cracking up. He's like rolling on the cart floor and just like laughing, giggling.
And you, I know you were behind this. This is disgusting. He's gonna like walk off, muttering like something about Jewel Laverne save him.
Darko, can you give me an Arcana check?
Is there a second cart? Yeah, he's gonna hop on the cart with Darko.
Okay. God damn
In
it!
the back though.
I think we're all gonna fit on the same cart, right?
Yeah.
We don't
Are we
have
going
two
to a different
owl
cart?
bears.
Oh.
Oh
Darko.
shit!
Jeez, dude.
As you
Whew.
get the cart ready to prance out, you feel this overwhelming power roll by like a simmering earthquake that hasn't quite shown itself, but yet you feel it surfacing, reaching. And it's not coming from below. It's coming from above. You're not quite sure what it is, where it is.
Do I think it's Varian?
It is not Varian. It is something of intriguing power, giving off like a little black box beacon in the middle of nothingness above you. Like far, like it feels like it's not close, but you just get this like weird spider tingle that something has just broke your atmosphere in which you two resided. Nonetheless, you guys are all on the wagon, and it is slowly and
You just see Darko like looking around.
Where's Paquito Mas? He's just like,
It's right behind Varian.
I don't see his token at all.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Invisible, that's why. There you go.
Oh.
He snuck onto the wagon invisibly.
No one can see me, but I can see you with my fire.
You guys.
This will help you greatly in battle.
Heading to town is a
Great gift,
16-mile
my friend.
trip. Darko would have informed you guys of this. It will take you guys somewhere around 3 to 3.5 hours of basic wagon travel. On your way there, I need everyone to give me a perception check.
I'm not going to be perceiving anything because I'm going to
Okay.
be working on building a new potsy.
You got it.
Very nice.
Give me an intelligence check, Professor.
Just a regular mod. Okay.
Very good. You are able to configure Potsy with 5 extra HP points.
Sweet. Is this my spider?
Yeah. or whatever it is
Okay.
you're configuring. I mean, whether you want
Yeah,
it to be a
I
spider.
create the same
You got
Potsy
same
as
schematic
a
for sure.
small spider creature.
Gotcha.
He had 16 HP points prior, I think.
Perfect. No, he's at 20. Poquito Mas, I need a
yeah.
perception check, please.
Perception. See all. You don't need the roll. You just know. I have seen it.
Severian. And Poquito Mas. As Darko leads the cart in the only direction he's ever taken this cart to the Crow.
Where that Alistair used to take it.
Yeah.
No,
Notice that there
Mr.
is a
Oh man.
abandoned manor about 100, 150 or so feet just off the beaten road
Sweet.
in the direction you're headed. Do either of you, Varian or Pokémon, care to bring it up or discuss it?
It looks like a family that's fallen upon hard times. All too common. Have
Do I
no interest in
recognize this
going.
manor at all? Like, does this look like it's kind of just like popped up out of nowhere to me?
I wouldn't say it popped up out of nowhere. It's definitely not something you ever visited before, as it was hidden by what looks to be a now tattered and uncared for grove. You used to think this was a unique pot of trees, now to reveal that there was a home hidden within. So you recognize the location, but you were unbeknownst to it being a now ruin of a home.
I mean, I will take note of it, but as far as like me, like guiding the cart, unless someone like specifically says something to me, Darko is just going to continue on.
All right, Poquito Mas, Varian, do you guys touch the topic?
How disrepaired does it look
Like
that we can make out?
like squatters have already been there and they don't squat there no more.
You, Daco, that's your name. Do you
Darko doesn't even
know
look back.
which noble family owned this estate?
No. Hell, I didn't even know there was a house here. Covered in trees until just recently.
Curious. You've never noticed it. Haven't you said you've been to Cape Crow before?
Yeah, like I said, this has been here and I've noticed the trees. However, the trees used to cover the house. So, never seen the house, but seen the trees.
Curious.
Any other questions?
Paquito, I think he might be lost.
Could be.
Oh. Can we kick this fool off the cart? Who invited him? Put him on
You're
the
free to
professor's
try
cart.
if you think you have the balance.
We're all
My
on the
friend
same
is
cart, buddy.
Schmeckel in
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I thought you took the little cart.
He looks up. We're on the same cart, buddy.
Trying not to pay attention. Stop asking questions.
As you guys get within range of the crowd, you see
Paquito,
Darko.
where are you from? Varian's going to strike up a conversation with Paquito after this.
Okay.
I'm from the temple. Where all of my friends are and my family. Like the temple. Like he doesn't have the temple.
Curious. Is the temple on this island, continent?
This island. No, no, he's not from here. Much small.
Hmm.
Kind of like
How would I know about this?
Hey, Poquito Mas, real
Temple.
quick, have we ever
Brain is
discussed
a
actually...
poquito más. It's just a little more.
But Poquito, have we actually discussed it? Have we ever declared it or no?
Oh, haven't declared it.
Okay.
But we
so
were talking
it
about
is-
is there like a southern island or something?
So it is actually not. Well, sure. I'll let you think
You
it was.
tell me
southern.
where it is. I don't know.
Yeah, you remember you came from the south when you left the island, but you have noticed on the map the island is in the north. It's the northern western islands, and it's it's like a triplet of islands within a handful of miles to one another that usually hosts the Kithorn Festival, in which you guys love to participate in from the temple to show off your skills and compete with what some people call the best all around. But it's been some time since the Kithorn Festival, and well, since you left the temple there, once known as the Red Mountain, it has not been a talking point in which you usually discuss, as it is very, very far from here, and you know you must work very hard to get back.
Willing to listen, I'll tell them all about the festival and how much I'm the best. I always win. When I don't,
Wow.
but those times don't matter. Doesn't account.
So, as you describe the festival to them, you talk about many grand wares and weapons and other forms of prizes that are beyond mystical, beyond wondrous, that take the cake upon what you would think is considered legendary for some. These are where you see the best of the best appear, and they bring their own, their own capable constructed weapons and equipment, and put them up like pink slips. And if they lose it all. So, you imagine, like, you're basically an Alistar right now, talking about this amazing tournament that you're such a badass in, but you probably don't have any actual stuff with you, even if you did win, that you brought along, due to whatever reasons that you want to come up with. But it is a place
Just
where
what's
you
on my
go
back.
in, and yeah,
Very little
everything that you
travel
take
with.
is everything you lose, basically, for a gambler at least.
Don't care for possessions. It doesn't matter. I mean, who cares what you have, right? Need is your feast.
It very much matters what you have. I hate to tell you. You might bring that back to your temple. Money. Money truly moves the world. The gods influence it. But even the gods ask for money.
Some money. Only because they require it to buy food here. It's the most ridiculous thing. You just give everybody free food. Okay, you have to give this money.
Am I to understand where you're from? They just give away things.
It's very funny. It's a good. It's a schmegel. It's a good man. Yeah, I mean, they don't just give away. Everybody get. We share.
How curious.
So it's so crazy. I love this guy.
That makes one.
Can I do a perception check to see if I notice that he's mocking me behind me?
Yeah, give me perception.
I do a passive perception too.
What's your passive?
I think, is it just the one in the parentheses on the right? Wait.
Sorry, what, the one in parentheses? What do you
Yeah, I
mean?
don't see where on my sheet it would say passive.
So maybe, I don't know if it says it on this sheet, but on your D&D Beyond it will. So one second, let me pull it up.
Oh god, I gotta go to my D&D Beyond.
Which is weird because you feel like it, I feel like it should be on here, but it never is. Well, let's see, maybe it's in here.
I feel like
It's just
Oh
your
yeah,
modifier
yeah,
plus
it
10.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is the gray.
Yeah, so 9 is my passive.
Alrighty.
Wow, I do not normally notice shit.
Well, yeah, you don't see shit then. So, go ahead and roll that with disadvantage now that we are aware of how passively.
Oh god, then why are you nerfing me for coming out with this? Come on.
Yeah, my passive persuasion is a 19.
I do not
Okay, I need to
notice.
lean
Two
into
and
that.
three.
I do not notice.
18 is good.
Yeah, you were so focused on getting your point across that money matters more than the church itself.
Oh wait.
Show me this
Not the
money.
church,
Why do I
the
need
temple.
it?
The church is important.
True.
Oh yes, were we just at? Yes, nice. Right.
Oh my. Yeah. Jillivern's gonna just start. Like he's gonna pull out a journal and just start writing.
Did we take a long rest, by the way?
Yeah,
I mean, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot to take it. So.
What did you do?
Technically speaking.
This,
Whoa,
are you
107
tattooing your book?
hit points? Jesus, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very close to death.
You're a chunky dwarf, bro.
Yes, I have a high constitution, so I think that helps.
Yeah, I've got a 84 health and I'm level 12.
I've got 123.
So I've got like 3 good hits in me and I'm done.
I only have 89.
Got 88. I'm with you guys.
Jesus, we are gonna get smushed
You
real
Over
fast.
here.
guys are all squishy.
We are
I don't understand how
squishy.
is Darko much higher level than us?
I'm a 12.
A higher constitution, I guess.
Or he's just a
Oh, he's got a
stellar
20
roller.
con.
Yeah,
Holy
that's why, so
shit.
he gets a
Oh,
plus
okay.
5 to
Yeah.
every plus 5 base health at every
Fuck.
level.
Hmm. See, and
Jesus.
I made Varian hit hard, so I put 18 into strength instead of into con.
Yeah, that's
Well,
dope.
nonetheless, you guys continue past the manor that is in a disgruntled state, and with a wreckened grove, and then you come across what looks to be a farm on your left-hand side. Darko, this is not that farm. This is the same farm that's been here on the outskirts of Cape Crowl since you've been here, and yet not once, I don't think you yourself ever visited.
Nope.
Actually, I don't think anyone in the original squad ever visited it.
No,
Oh.
we didn't give a shit.
We always just went
The
right
Hollow
by
Squad
it.
used it as cover during the raid, so they ran through it to hide, but they didn't actually like look around or anything. Huh. Some places just exist, you know. So there's a farm that you know so well, and it is there isn't much livestock yet. There's probably a handful of sheep that you can count on your fingers. Definitely slowly rebringing or reherding the lost packs of whatever wasn't killed, murdered, or eaten. As you guys
At
all
least
see
the
the grand...
confirmation I'm going the right way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then in the distance over the little hill, you see the grand walls of what used to be Cape Crowl, now known as Crowl. Darko, you're aware that the entire town has not been adjusted, I guess, or controlled. You are aware that the Merchant Square, up to where the mayor's building was, is the only, which is basically being the upper half of the Crow, is the only place that is technically safe. Anything past that, you will be warned by guards. Basically, these are things you guys would know as you arrive, or Darko informs you of. As you guys pass any zone that is not considered safe, a guard will inform you that you are at your own risk, and anyone may pilfer you or approach you with their own desires. They will not take urge to protect you, even if it happens just feet past their line. There's a strict rule in the Crowl at the moment. No one goes south unless they go at their own risk. The small Crowl guard will not risk their own lives. Just some general information for you guys to consider while you are here. It is a small population of about 300 people. The bridge is still in function, going over the moat. The moat is not dried out, but unkept. You could tell that the seawater seems to be growing this unique form of algae that is more familiar than inland purposes, and you can see that the salt is starting to build up and create little deposits at the base of this moat.
Would I
As
be
you-
able to
uh-huh.
tell like what that is and if it's dangerous or if it could cause like
It's
illness in
not
the future?
dangerous more so than
Like
an
the red
erosion
algae?
weakener. Yeah, it's like, kind of
Okay.
like the algae that grows there is weakening the base foundation by that bridge. I mean, a large giant walking across might dissemble it, but you guys are
Yeah.
relatively safe. But it is something that could be a structural concern, but at the size
Professor
of it, you know,
Schmeckel just
other than
laughs.
that, yeah.
Just laughs at it.
As you
Himself.
walk inside, you see 2 guards stand aside and address Darko. Sir, your business while here at the market?
My business? Well, I think it's
To spread
General.
the word of Joe Levine.
no. You can ignore the idiot, please.
Do you have
I think
papers
we
or
are-
permission for a stand, sir?
For who? What now? Who are
Do
you?
you plan to
Listen.
set up a booth for sales? You are required to get a permit. If
No,
you do not have
no,
one,
we're not.
you can go to the city hall in which they may assign you one, though there is a line
No.
and wait.
No, we're not.
We recommend, if you intend to in the future, that you go and acquire for a pass prior to your arrival.
Okay. We're just
Does that make you
patrons.
merchants, in which you purchase instead of sell goods?
Yes.
Very well. Enjoy your stay. You may park the carts toward the north by the amphitheater. And please
Is there
keep mindful of the lines. Anything
Professor
south?
writes down the details of where to like get the permit.
Okay. It's just City Hall. You can't miss it. It's a big building surrounded by a wall in the center
Cool.
of the city. Or what was a city is now a ramshackled town. Or settlement, if I would even call it that. You see a bunch of buildings that are intact, and then you see a bunch that are missing complete roofs, and others that are just missing one whole side of a wall. But the infrastructure itself seemed to be stable and used for basic trades, booths, merchants, etc. But nothing is functioning as purpose outside of a couple buildings, if that makes sense. Well, there's a massive hole in the ground to the left of you guys as you enter through the archway into the actual market square, and that hole probably from this vantage point easily goes 45 feet in to the ground into just a darkness.
The city has not fared well.
Yes, it looks like it's been. I've heard of bombs. It looks like it's been hit by a bomb.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Well, shitty city, no shitty city. I'm going to go find potions.
Need the
This feels like
information.
Is that why we're here?
No, we're here for whatever you're looking for.
The
I thought
information
I was
about the
here
holiday
for
horde
what
is
you
here.
invited me for, so I'm here to follow you for potions. Oh, Julivan's sake, is this what? Oh my! I need to pray.
My friend, and I put a hand on his shoulder, on Varian's shoulder. We'll find the holiday horde. You will help me, yes?
If it be Julivan's will.
Like I
My
said,
God.
we are here for a variety of reasons.
Here for what? A variety.
Yes, come
Only
with me. I know
Julivan knows what
exactly-
those are.
I know exactly where we can find information on the holiday horde. Come with me. Come with me.
With you. We'll lead the way.
I don't know if you want me to roll a deception check or not, but I can.
Unnecessary. I believe you.
No, he's with you. He's with it all
Cool.
the way. He's committed to trusting you guys into a very.
You can roll it just to see how good you are at deceiving. I mean, like,
I'm not that
See how
great.
good
because it could be a really bad lie that
I'm
I'm
not that
believing
great.
anyways.
I'm not that great, but
Oh,
no!
He already said.
Why
were
did
going to
you
get
roll
potions.
it?
So you know that he's already lying to you. So you hold that moniker kind of steadily against them, but you accept it.
Like bullshit. Tastido. Trust you, my friend. We'll try this out.
he just holds a thumbs up. And he keeps going.
very obvious. That's so funny.
It is
You
weird.
guys.
Said potions and
Julivan
then
will
people
walk
nice, so that's
behind you
good.
guys, just shaking his head.
As you guys walk on into what looks to be, at first, a ramshackled structure, though as you approach it closer, you notice that there's been some kind of magically inclined beautification upon it, as if its sole purpose is to stand tall, but not be exposed as though it looks like it is. It has a busted open ceiling with what looks like debris laid on top. However, when you get to a certain point up to about maybe 50 or so feet to the front door, shade beckons over you as if you were under some kind of rooftop or cover of sorts, though nothing above you exists. You see on the sign a big old like red X, and it says "Not Magic Shop. Under construction. Potions available."
That's a very confusing
See
sign.
how good this potion maker is. It is
This
good.
by the same marketing team of the Jolly Rogers.
Most likely. This is pretty shitty.
Darko, as you arrive, you get like a little gut wrench as the Jolly Roger once did own this building. You don't know what happened or when it changed sides, but Nonetheless, do you all walk in?
Yeah, Darko's just gonna kick the door open.
As you kick the door,
Sir,
you see
where are
this
your
just
manners?
massive
You could have opened the door.
Copy his intent, and I punch the door on my way through.
As you punch the door your way through, you guys all just hear like a disgruntled.
I'm not with them. They're not with me.
You immediately see just a completely furred humanoid boar just.
No, we are all together. They are just two very rude members.
Come in, come in. This is
We're already
a
here.
magic shop.
Julivern's gonna Varian's gonna slowly
guys-
just shut the door, like politely shut it after.
You got it. As you guys walk in, you see just this massive empty shelves, bare walls, and then random pockets of just plethora of books lined up row by row, and then just emptiness. Like the shelf isn't complete. You see one thesaurus going A to X, B, Y, and then it just cuts off. It's missing the other 20 algorithmal placements. But you imagine they're somewhere here as you see the boar walking around just grabbing stuff and finding places to put them as if he is unpacking.
I walk up to him and just kind of observe his things, observe his potions, and then kind of
He
like
starts
poke him
shifting
on the
stuff
leg.
around. He's like, you're a small one. How can I?
Are you of the trade
I'm sorry. Am I what?
of the
I
trade?
believe what he means to say, a good shopkeeper. Do you have potions for sale?
Scratches his
I
head.
believe he wants to do trade with you.
Yes.
I got
Good
potions.
trade potion, sir.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, not
you
what
need,
he
little
meant.
fella. He like puts his
You of
big
the
old like
trade.
hand and he sticks it into his ear and he like pulls out this massive amount of Shrek-sized wax. He's just like, if you need wax, he throws it on the table.
Oh,
You just get like a thud.
disgusting.
No,
we just got some fresh in. But the trade, yes. I dipple in alchemy once in a while, if that's what you mean.
Well, yes, I followed this. You said you can make luck potions.
Oh, marvelous luck potions. Yes,
Let
indeed.
me see one, please.
Oh, these are some
Am I
pricey
to believe
goodies.
you can drink a potion and feel lucky?
How do I explain this to you?
Is
Give me
that
an insight
alcohol?
Oh, there's definitely a little kick in there. That much is certain. But I'm looking at you a lot. All right. How about I give you a free sample? Only lasts 5 minutes, so don't go running out of here doing anything crazy after. But what do you say?
I don't taste anything, but I have not understood what's in it, but I will take a look.
We'll take a
Tito,
drink.
why don't you
try it
try
before
it?
you judge it, little friend?
No, fine. Bring it here, bring it here.
Right. That's 4. We'll make it 5. Why not? He starts walking off.
Looking around because I'm confused. Are there 5 of us?
While he walks off, I'm gonna look around and see if there's any thing that catches my eye of like religious importance, or even just something that might be interesting to a noble person.
Okay.
After he
give me a
picks up
religion
stuff
check
and
and
puts
then
it back
give me an
down, I pick
investigation.
it up.
Okay.
What did you do, Pokito?
I'm gonna like pick stuff up, look at it, and put them down, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing and pick up the same things, look at them the same.
So you're gonna be like a child, just following him around, just mocking, like in
mocking.
curious
I
nature.
just don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing what he does.
You got it. Okay, Potsy follows the shopkeeper.
And then I would like to do well, I guess just for like fun. We'll just keep my normal perception on my passive. Is there any way he could roll like where I might notice that he's just like being like that little brother who is copying everything you do?
Oh yeah, you feel that for sure. You notice it after the 12th item you pick up. Like how can he be that consistent? Like, it's a little weird. However you wish to roll that with you. But as you do a religion check, you notice that there is a shelf, particularly here, that is littered with nomenclature of your god. There's tales, rumors, most of it talking of different continents in which you've never even been to. And here you thought you were a traveler or privilege of sorts. But as you look
I
through these books,
must have
one of
these.
them does stand out. Well, two of them stand out. One is the fates of the god, and the other is their siblings. Just it's called their siblings, and then but it has the emblem of your god on it.
Okay. I'm going to pick up those two, but not first. I'm going to pick up because I'm going to just assume a shopkeeper being a shopkeeper, and I'm used to shopping as a wealthy person. I'm going to pick up some random ones that I'm not interested in, and then casually grab the two that I am, and then grab two more that I'm not, and then just kind of like flip through them and like seem like I'm not super interested in the two that I am.
Okay,
Picking up a
you
different
got
book and doing
That
the
makes
same
sense.
thing.
it. You got it.
It's a
Actually,
totally
you're
different
trying
book.
to show less taste to the ones you really want to see whether or not the shopkeeper
Yes.
finds personal value in them.
So, yeah, if you need me to do rolls or anything,
Not
just
at the
let me know.
moment, but your description is good enough. As Poquito Mas supports you by doing the same disinterest and interest. And Poquito, as you realize that the books he gathers, he doesn't put back down. Which books do you choose for yourself?
They would have been next to whatever his books
The
were.
one judging
I
the
don't
books he had. Okay.
I have no
You
idea
got
what they are.
You got about 6 books, and you try to filter through one of them. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand, and let's see how your thumb rolls across the pages.
While he's like doing that, Varian's just gonna like give him side eye, like
As
look
you
him
give
up and
side
down,
eye,
and just be
you
like,
just get this
"Hmm."
like little. There's like this like, and right on a certain page, there's like a piece of gunk, and it blinks. You give a side eye. Give me a dexterity saving throw as this little gunk is
Oh
flying
my
in your
god,
direction.
really? Huh.
I do
The
what you
gunk
do.
just lands
Oh
right
my
in here, and it
God.
just
Oh!
Every time you look at Poquito, something goes wrong.
Oh my god, uncouth barbarian.
Ooh, uncouth barbarian! I scream at the shopkeep.
The shopkeep.
I was
is like,
saying it to you,
Wait,
Paquito.
What are you complaining about? I got your drinks right here. Professor, and Darko, what are you doing while all this is happening?
Yeah. Darko, can he make like another Arcana check to see if that power that he had detected earlier is in any way stronger or weaker where he currently is?
Let's see. I'll give you advantage because you got a nat 20 on the last one, so you can pick up its signature.
I needed that.
You think about it, you focus on it, and then you hear something inside your mind on your shoulder. Don't pop a vessel, buddy. Oh, but I know what you're feeling. I feel it too. It's not normal. You know, I think it's coming down, and it still hasn't landed. It's like a linger in the air, you know, a feather, just really high up and taking its sweet time. But once it touched down, oh, I'm gonna find it so fast. I'm gonna get us there, and you're gonna just take whatever it is. I don't care if it's a child. I know you've got it in you, Darko. I know you do. But keep in mind, fella, don't be obsessed. Don't let it consume you. That's my job. My job is to be consumed with the hunger and the need. Yours is the consumption of the feed, finding where we're gonna get that next meal. But I sense it too. You feel him fade off.
Darko's gonna kind of like, because he told him not to obsess over it, and so I'm assuming Darko's still looking around kind of wide-eyed. So he's gonna try to catch himself, and in turn he's gonna see what everyone else is doing and then just mimic what they're doing. So now he too is just picking up random books with Paquito Moss and
Yes.
flipping
All
through
right,
them.
we got a line. We got a
Try-
cha-cha
Oh my
line
God.
of like centipede book readers over here. As Professor, you see a cha-cha line of book handlers appearing, going around in circles, doing nothing. You
I do not concern myself with idiots.
you bring yourself, I'd assume, to the table in which the drinks are being poured, so you can further study upon this drink. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Potsy's observing it, but
Okay, so do you want?
I'm reading. I'm like reading through what he has on
Okay,
his
so go ahead
table,
and give
and
me a intel. 1 second. Let me look at your sheet. Give me. It's the same for you, so I'm gonna let you decide your fate in Arcana or History.
I'll do Arcana. No, history. I'll do history.
Darko, you don't even know what the first word is, and it says functional way. But you see like what the fuck? You grabbed a math book. Poor choice. Poor choice.
He's trying to channel his inner Alistair right now, his inner bookman.
There you go. Professor, you look around and you notice that there is one book on the table that's not opened. As you look across all of this stuff here, almost everything is old, tattered, torn, touched, marked, inventoried. But yet one book is completely closed, laying on the table. Simple leatherback binding. On the front of it, it looks as if there was some kind of impression that has receded over time and is no longer distinguishable.
I kind of finger it a little bit, like like caress it, see if I can feel
caress
any
along it.
impressions.
You do feel somewhat of like like 3 little divots of impressions you run across. It's like boop, 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 and then along the bottom one, there's like a weird curve, almost like a smiley face following along. But as you follow it with your finger, you realize it creates like a crescent moon across the top of it. Though it's not seen, you feel it. Can you give me an Arcana check?
Yeah. Same.
There is something in this book that you feel is not proper to open here, but there is something in this book you are curious of. But you know that this book might have a pertaining to it in which is used in other types of space based off of your hunch.
If that's the case, then I'm going to see if Potsy kind of has his eyes on Run Gum Jerkle. It's Jerkle? It's Run Gum? That's not Run
Is it?
Gum.
Yeah, you know
That's,
what
Oh my
that's what it
God.
says.
Something happened to him.
What a
You a
fucking
pig.
dick, dude. I turned into a werebear, a werepig. Cool. Anywho, as long I'm gonna see if his kind of eyes are distracted and wet, and if it is,
He's
I'm
actually
going
watching all
to-
of you guys, waiting for you to come get the drinks.
Oh, he
does
is?
all-
Okay.
He poured apples, but he's not like worried. He just seems to be observing you
Okay.
all in like a piece.
I will come up, and if he's looking, I'm not gonna try to steal it in broad daylight.
Okay, as you approach first, while the others slowly make their way over, he goes,
I'm carrying like 5 scrolls.
"You got it."
They're scrolls, right? Are
Well,
they
scrolls,
books?
books. It's miscellaneous of both. So the 2 that you found that
What
you
are the
want
2
are
that I
books.
want?
They're books.
Okay. So yeah, I'll be carrying then 3 books and 2 scrolls.
Okay. Bookies like, wait, I gotta drop some scrolls. I need some books.
Keep on picking
He
up and
realizes
dropping.
the error in his ways.
Yes.
He checks his inventory and he's like, even Darko has the right materials. um, before you guys all arrive, as you approach Professor, he goes, "You sense power and stuff."
my son's power and stuff? I mean, what?
What brought you to that
Um,
book, my fellow friend?
It's interesting. Certainly interesting. What's in there?
Powers inside. A summoning of danger, like a creature. You see, I used to dabble in the arcane and alchemy and things of that nature, but I had an accident. I made a big mess and I harmed a lot of good friends. I was banished, but something holds me close. So I found home here. This place was under some odd lock. It took me forever to figure out the password, but happens to be I might have known who created it. Can't prove it, but I've got a gut feeling about these things. So I built this place up and stole all the books that I found where I was. Figured if I was being kicked out, gotta get kicked out with something worthwhile. And there's my menagerie collection, in which I've favored away with. He shows you, as he says that, Poquito Mas, you peek into a book, and you see that there is a name impressed in the bottom right-hand corner of the first page, and it is A. Guiduin, or however you would have said your last name.
Yeah, that's fine. Ian. Of a bitch.
Well, I love your story, and I think it is quite lovely, but I'd like to sample this, please.
Oh yeah, the marvelous. I just say Ma for short, but we can say marvelous luck or the other names in which people give it.
I will
Everyone,
determine
come
whether
close.
it's
I want you all
worthy.
to do it at the same time. Gives a bit more feel to it.
As he, like, does he hand it to us? I'm gonna, like, sniff it, look at it, inspect, see if I can determine anything by smell. I'm also not gonna drink it. I'm gonna just lick it to taste it
Okay.
more than anything.
I have a question that might have to be determined by rolls. So obviously, well, you know my God. So have I been feeling particularly unlucky lately?
So, for some reason, give me an insight check.
I feel like I have, but yeah. Okay. Oh my
Yeah.
God, my rolls tonight. Yep.
You feel like, but you feel like you've noticed something when you see this this concoction, this fluid liquid before you in this like minimalistic shot glass type that's probably like 3 ounces. It shares a color in which you briefly saw on a leaf before you arrived here, and you feel like that is some sort of sign.
Varian will grab his shot and take it.
You grab that shot and you chuck it backwards. Before the rest of you get a chance to react, you see Varian just kind of take back. Varian, as the fluid touches your mouth, it's almost this insatiable form of just epiphanied happiness. As if you could taste what you were looking at that made you smile the brightest, and your grin was just beyond. You always seemed like a grumpy, negative, pessimistic individual. Yet, right now in this moment, you are light. You are awake. You are enlightened. For the next 5 minutes, you feel as if you know exactly what's about to happen next.
Jules Laverne, Paquito, you're about to drink that, aren't you? It's the right choice. It's the right choice.
You feel something just as similar as this rush of warmth comes over you, Poquito. You think of your temple, gone. You think of your trainings, gone. All you see is what will happen in the next 5 minutes. You don't know the term of 5 minutes, but for player understandings, you have 5 minutes of this point of view. Glur.
It's like the limitless drug.
As you
Yes,
sniff
I
it,
want this fucking thing. Make it
smells
real,
like
Alex.
a bubble gum. It smells like a form of basic cover, like a sugar rush of sorts, and you're like, I see past their tricks. Adrenaline rush, typical, but there is a scent of an ingredient you do not immediately identify. Can you give me a medicine check, please? Darko, do you drink it or do you resist?
Well, Darko's old and been around the block, so he's not just going to immediately chug it back. He notices that the professor knows what he's talking about, and he sees the other two, so he's just going to kind of like have it up to his nose, kind of like sniffing it, waiting for some sort of cue from the professor that this would actually be okay to
Smells
drink.
like a sugary bubble gum.
I'm gonna
those of you that
use
get the
Flash of Genius.
Okay.
So 18 in total, or yeah, 18 in total.
Mandrake root. It's been banned in the sense of growth because they're considered living things, and it's torturous for one to harvest them, but it is so potent that it's been known to provide all sorts of beneficial boons and ailments when produced and procured with the right materials.
Now,
You know,
well,
with that, Professor,
Mhm.
you know what? Give me a D100 and let's see if you can pinpoint the spell or if it's a list of spells that you think it could be.
28. Can I know what flavor it is?
It's bubblegum. There's no such thing as bubblegum, so you think it's taffy.
Holy
That's what it's
shit.
gonna be. Professor, you know
Wow.
that this, at its full potential, you know that this little bit is, you know that the consumed amount is what is the timer, so to speak, and that this werebear before you has clearly understands their stuff, has provided a 5-minute concoction of foresight.
Mm. Now, I have a couple questions for you before they come down for their, and I call it foresight, before they come down from their foresight.
Foresight. Just going to drink it.
Oh man, never mind. I was hoping to have like a limitless fight against you where I knew exactly what you're gonna do and stop you and then make you drink this thing. Damn it.
One,
Uh,
the ingredient used in this is quite exotic.
He leans over and like blocks his face with this big old massive bicep of a forearm. I suggest we don't talk too much about what's inside it. More like where I get
Well.
what's inside it.
Now, this is the conversation I'd like to have. I'd like to be able to
He puts out his
But-
hand. Jerkel's the name.
shake
Wait a
it.
minute.
He like
Wait a
looks
minute.
down in like a weird disposition briefly. He's like, Darko, I don't know how to put this any other way, but I'm not Rungam. I just share the same name.
Mm.
Give me an
I'm
insight
very
check.
confused. Hold a minute.
Give me an
Yeah,
insight.
he has the insight, doesn't he? So, because he took his shot.
knows, like,
so
so he
Ooh.
does he sees beyond this, but that's why I'm gonna give it to him with advantage for an insight check. He could still try to lie to you. You guys are just a little higher on the curve. Oof, it's not a strong lie.
was that with the? Oh,
No,
That
that
wasn't
was
with-
me. That was me.
Oh, yeah.
That was Rungan. I'm trying to lie to Darko here.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I've never met another man named Jerkle. Why would
Yeah, I'll
you
give that
just...
to you. I rolled under a 10 for sure. He's like, all right. Look, there was an accident. You heard about me getting kicked out. Well, this is why you're looking at it. I couldn't
This is
control
how you-
my appetite.
This is how you decide to restart your life as a werebear, whatever the hell you are, stealing potions and books. And...
I didn't steal
Or
these potions. I
whatever.
made them. I had a lab.
I heard you say
He
you stole
grabs, he,
something.
grabs,
What'd you-
he grabs a scroll and like scoots it closer to him. That Alistar left me, and I
just took what's no longer belonged to anyone and repurposed it here. I'm sure Alistar would have liked all of this to be read by somebody who wanted to, not some asshole like
Definitely
you
not.
just burn it to your god.
Oh, that's true.
I
Yeah, I
admired
don't know
those
about
folks. I don't know how you made it out, and I still wonder that to my day.
He's like rubbing one tusk.
But
complicated.
I've had my fair share of complications.
And he like addresses his physique.
Bolder, stronger, not fair with the ladies. It's a struggle.
So you resorted to potions.
No, it's something I always done. None of you came back to check on me. So I'm sorry no one ever got a taste none until now.
Yes, yes, yes. You both dated in your past lives. This is fantastic. I love it. Now, can we get
Pokito,
on with this?
as you lean down into push-up position, give me an insight at advantage.
I just know how many I can do, and I just
Varian,
don't
give
do
me an
them.
insight with advantage. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. I didn't do
Of
anything.
how many
Both of
he
you-
can
both of you,
do.
yeah. Like, I mean, you guys can see the future at the moment, so let's see what you guys see.
There we go. The advantage helped a lot.
Severian, you're off by 5. Pokito, you could do 235 if you wanted to within the next 3.5 minutes. You have this
Do
left, and you
one,
know that
and
for
then
a
I
fact
just
because you
pop
know
up.
after it wears off, you can't be certain if you'll keep going or not. That's your thought process.
I can do over 200. It's so easy. I can do anything I want. I'll
It's
read the
obvious.
scroll. I
You can
read
do
one
240.
You could beat me? I can do more.
No, I
Sound
know that I could not. But I know that you can do 240.
You feel like he's cheating you a couple, like he's shaving it lower. Pokito. He's underselling.
I could do more. I could do poquito más.
Your name is ridiculous.
No, I know you could not do it. Jericho, was it? I am interested in buying some of these various items. Are you interested in selling them?
You immediately know that he's willing to sell them, and you immediately know he's aware of the two books you want. But you also pick up that there's a third he's keen on that you weren't attracted to previously.
I also
Damn, he's
follow in
an
his lead
observant
and say, I want
motherfucker.
to buy these books, the ones I have no idea what they are.
He doesn't give any fucks to you as he realizes that that's not much of a concern as the books of curiosity are within the hands of Arian. But he does he's like,
We'll get to you. Hold on. Let me sort this one out.
So I'm aware there's another one.
yes.
I have a feeling that a discerning shopkeeper like yourself has a good recommendation for something to complete the set.
Complete? Or begin?
They're one and the same sometimes. It's all about balance.
And the fucking balance.
Spoken by the unbalanced one. Don't listen to him, Jerkle. Might I say, you have a mighty fine shop here. You will go far. Can you tell me where I might also look to improve upon this?
You mean do something more than you can?
Well, to improve upon the collection that I have a feeling that you
I'll
know
tell
that
you
there's
what.
something that I should be interested in.
You only know that because of my gifts prior, so I'll give you another one. Not that.
He moves the concoction of the bottle below the the counter. He grabs the third book out of the pile.
And this one right here. This one talks about the ancient gods and their upbringing, where they were last seen, the last places they've been, and their last accomplishments. If you read this, you'll learn more than you learn in the other two. But the other two provide you the information you need on the enemies of your god and what they'll do to stop you when you arrive at these points and locations.
I'll give you credit, Jericho. You're more observant than most shopkeepers I've worked with in the past. I'll drop
Right,
pretenses.
but I also
These
have
are the
my
two
own
that I want.
productions.
And-
Professor, you realize that he is absolutely. I wouldn't say he has a permanent solution to what he's provided you guys, but he has a taper of such that has kept. He is the limitless of fixation at the moment. Darko puts the books back. He goes,
What? You wait there. You want those books, old man?
he calls you old man just because he's being a dick, but he absolutely understands your stature.
And he looks younger now, right?
Darko does look younger.
Yeah, no, I don't want no goddamn books. I'm just carrying them around. I don't know. I'm in a bookstore.
You miss them, don't you? You know, one of those you're holding there has Henry's signature, too. He snuck it in there when Alistar wasn't looking. I found it humorous
Which
at the
one?
time. Oh, the third
Which
one
one?
right there. The third one. You can't count, old man? Oh, man.
1, 2.
The third one!
Okay. He flips through it and attempts to find Henry's signature. in
As
it.
you don't even have to flip, as it's literally on the first page. You see
Hmm.
A Gidowin, and then it's like you see that it was partially crossed out and then stopped halfway, as if they decided to leave theirs and just add theirs next to it. And then you see Henry Horvon with like a little like extra doodle and stuff to add onto it to really outshine Alistar's previous signature. Which now that
Like
you
a sketch
kinda-
of a rough Jolly Roger.
there you go, like a really bad Jolly Roger.
And then there's like a ship in the top corner, and it's blowing cannonballs at Alistar's signature.
I'll buy it. I'll put that one on the counter and be like, well, I don't have any coin though. I'm a man of the
It's
cloth.
yours.
You see, it's not
I
a
mean, I
problem.
technically stole it from you, so I'll give it back. And we'll call ourselves
Well, you didn't steal it from me, but that's fine. Stop stealing my shit.
Deal. He goes for now for you. These books, I'll give a friendly discount of.
Do you have water is wet?
Matter of fact, I have one
Bad
major
book.
copy
I
right
would
here.
not recommend it.
He reaches
Oh,
under it and he
no.
pulls it out. He looks to you, Varian.
Do you know why this was banned in Casp?
Because it led to madness in many of the population who read it. They
Indeed,
started going
indeed.
on about water's not wet and it's in fact damp.
Absolutely true. But you know what?
And there
You
was
better
a
read
wave of
this book.
tsunamis that came out of nowhere as
I remember
well.
those days. Yep, that's where this book comes from. This is the declared forbidden book of Casp. The final copy, known, to me at least, of the water is wet. And this one is an original without Alistar's signature in it, so it's not plagiarized or ruined or taken credit of any other way. This is the real thing. I know Alistar wrote his name in every book like it was his, but I tell you, this one doesn't have it.
Fine, throw it on. Sometimes we need some balance with some
That's 1,000 gold right
of
there.
these people.
Book this
1,000
forbidden.
gold.
If you buy this book and you ever mention that you bought it from me, I'm gonna disappear.
1,000 fucking gold for this book.
I'll claim
do
the
it.
shop.
I'll do it if I'll do it. I'll buy this book if you give me a friendly discount in all the books
Oh.
that I desire. 1,100 gold out the door.
We'll call it a membership. You buy this book and you become responsible, but whenever I need to look at it, you'll bring it back.
And what if it does drive one of us to madness and we set a tsunami and the book
It's a
is
risk you
ruined?
worry about and you're willing to pay for it. I'm not giving you no policy guarantees. You said you knew what it did and you'd be willing to buy it. So I'm selling it to you.
how much with this caveat?
I'll tell you, give me 1,000 gold for everything. Even those books that Dum Dum there has. Points toward Poquito Mas. And
1,100
I'll
gold.
throw in one sample,
I say
one
whatever
half
he said
sample
for gold.
of my famous, marvelous concoction. To this
All
little
we
goblin
need
here.
is additional introduction to the individual that you purchased this mandrake from.
Uh,
That'll
Varian's just
require a
gonna
little
shake
bit
his
more
hand
trust.
out.
I'll tell you what, buy this, come back later, and I'll see if I feel better about the money I spent from you.
I have one other question. I
Yep.
have need for potions that are ancient, that provide additional life, longevity. Do you know of this?
You're looking at one right here. You're looking at one right there, and he points at Darko. We definitely got that longevity thing figured out. Oh, we ain't gonna die for 100 years or more.
At
I'm
least.
talking about unchanged. You are not altered in any way. You are yourself forever. And
Question, real quick, just while I do the math on paying. Did I pay? Can someone tell me? Did I pay Ponzi his weekly stipend before he died, or like disappeared, or was it gonna be after the week? I don't
That's a good
remember.
question. You too.
I don't know if it was settled. I feel like Ponzi's the kind of guy who collects before he delivers.
Okay.
I feel
Yeah,
like he's not
that
dumb.
feels more canon. So yeah, that would be. Yeah, yeah, because we had a whole debate about whether it was good gold spent. So yeah. Okay.
So you spend up. Poquito Mas, you have a question for Professor as he's also asking his question.
I tried to whisper it to him.
Oh.
You got Poquito
Not
Mas in
very
your ear
elegantly.
whispering as you're asking for stuff.
He's talking.
Yes. This is the man. This is the man. This is the one.
But the good. As he's talking still.
Darko,
And everybody can hear it.
I'm gonna tell you
This
right
is
now,
great.
this man has a lot of money. This man doesn't know what he's doing, and this man is a smart little goblin. You definitely upgraded.
He looks back to the
I
goblin.
don't know.
He looks
I
back
don't
to the
know about
professor.
that.
He's like, I once knew a group with this man.
Referring to Darko.
They were broke. They begged a lot and told people to give them things.
Yes. I watched them die.
He puts his like elbow on the table, real curious and interested as he's rubbing his snout. Now he's rubbing the other. Wow, I just forgot the word. The other tooth, I guess, would be the horn.
Tusk.
And he's like,
Tusk, thank you, Jesus. As he's rubbing his other tusk, and he's like,
this is a story that you might have to tell me another time, but we'll call it a future discount for when you do. I'd love to hear the demise of my saviors. It's always good to know how they go.
Yeah, well, not much of a story. They just kind of died. They fought a big dragon. His name was
As
Crowl.
everything does. A dragon. Haven't seen one around these parts, but that's interesting.
Yeah. I can tell you more, but it'll cost you.
I'll tell you what. It won't cost me anything because I got something you need more. These mandrakes you seek for. I'll
Yes.
tell you where I find them.
You
If you
find
learn how to
them.
catch them, you're gonna need to come back and do me a favor later.
I need one other piece of information before we go. You seem like the type that would know of this holiday horde.
Well,
The Santa Claus?
Dum Dum over here is looking for Santa Claus.
what if I told you all?
I believe he also is searching for the Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny. Yes.
I'll tell you something. I don't know the
Talked
name
about
of any of this
Cupid,
horde,
all these other
but I
things.
do know the term holiday. And I once got the secret ingredient for this concoction here before you at a holiday sale. It was outside some kind of chapel of sorts, church-like.
Yes,
Darko
yes,
would
this is
recognize familiar senses, but they called
yes.
it the leprechaun juice.
Leprechaun!
Yes.
Like,
This sounds like we're on the right track.
And I said, why would you let me con your juice? It made no sense. But they said, no, it's leprechaun. Like, letting you con yourself. I don't get it, but it sure packed the punch they promised. And let's just say my little pretties, when I sell them at full price, probably fetched me around 450 gold coins. So I can't just give you the materials, more so as be willing to partner with you if it saves me a little bit of effort.
This we can agree upon. I do have one other request. I need access to more material. Base material, if you will.
He's asked for one more thing like 4 times.
He's gonna ask for everything.
You know, I don't know much about you, but you're smart and you're a goblin. And the goblins are the ones who took this place down, so I'm thinking you're one of them. And now you're trying to rid yourself of a mark that might haunt you. I got just
Ah.
the thing.
I don't care.
You wait there. The rest of you,
Perfect.
enjoy your books. I'll be right back.
And he heads off to like the
Jericho,
corner of the-
before we finish, conclude
Yeah,
business,
he'll
I
come
have
back. He'll
one
come
more
back. Go ahead.
thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening.
As he's like way out there.
I would like to. I would be interested in leaving a deposit
Yeah,
in
leave
case
your whole satchel
other
there, and I'll
interests
just
come.
count through it and let you know what I come up with.
I'll leave 50 gold to notify us if anything of interest comes through.
He runs back.
50 gold for information? You run a scam.
Of anything of
Scam.
interest that comes through.
What's interesting to you? Because I find a roach in this building interesting.
Of my particular interest, you know what I wanted.
I know what you wanted, but what do you want?
Information on the gods.
You know, someone else is looking for information around here. And that man's come in 3 times and never looked the same. Who's to say you aren't him?
I
Give me an
know
insight
nothing
check,
of that.
Poquito. Poquito fucking Moss. When you heard leprechaun, it just calculated in your head, and you didn't even have to ask him because you found the book. You run up,
Leprechaun.
you grab it, and it says, "How to catch a leprechaun."
Catch him. We'll take his pot of gold and we will end his rainbow reign.
You can have that one too.
Severian
don't
is
carry away
gonna
with it.
hold out his ring to Jerkle. His like
Marquise.
noble ring.
To be kissed.
Has a man who's looked different ever had a ring like this?
And a marquise is older than even I. My father once. My father. You having that ring will give me something to ask the next time that man comes in if it's the same ring. So I'll keep that in mind.
He puts his hand on the table and slides the 50 gold.
And I'll keep this on my side and let you know what I find.
Consider it a deal. And then he's just gonna start walking out with his acquired.
Small one.
He refers to you, Professor.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Professor. Thank you. Professor Schmack or Professor Gore or Schmackle, whichever you prefer, but go on.
Professor, we'll just call
It
you.
took me a long time to become a professor. I just want you to know this, okay? So,
You
Professor.
took
If
a long time to
Sir
pronounce
Varian
it,
hears
that's
this
what
on the
I'm
way
like,
out, if Sir Varian hears this on the way out, titles are important, Jerko. They're important. And then
Yeah,
just walks out.
Listen, This little fella might not realize exactly what I was once ago. Very well. Here's a list.
He hands you this thick parchment, probably like
Perfect.
a 2 centimeter,
I
2
I
centimeter
thumb it
thick parchment.
real quick just to kind
As
of get a sense of what it is.
you look over it, and I will provide that list to you. You know 30% of these ingredients. The rest of it, it's not that you don't know them, but they're like, you got to pull out a book for this. Like, oh, this is
Got
a
it.
scavenger hunt.
Cool. Like, is it like locations of where these things are, or is it
So some of them
ingredients
do.
for
Some
potions?
some of them are but just ingredients and where they go, like
Got
what
it.
they belong to, like core, like bulk basically. Like you need
Got
at
it.
least this to make all of these things, but this is your
Got it.
staple kind of thing. So he gave you like a staple list, and he's like,
Study this, and next time you come back, I'll quiz you and impress me, and I'll see if you really got the stuff for this potion making, and maybe we'll offer another business outside of all of this collection I have.
Yes.
Darko, as he says collection, you look around and you swear to God you even see some of your shit lying around. You don't care, but you see your shit lying around. He definitely pretty much took everything from every other member that didn't come back during that brief period.
That's why he never showed up, that
Um,
little fucker.
Yeah.
I bet you one of the fucking kobolds was behind that shit.
Uh-huh.
Really.
Um,
Out of
Does
game,
he-
of course.
Does he see his own what was it called? Darko's fucking memoir that he had?
There are 3 of them, and it says
There's
hot,
3
hot
of them?
item. Yep, there's 3 of them, and it says hot item next to it.
Nice. Well, at least
Nice.
you're carrying good inventory.
Oh, I sold one of those to a kid the other day. Seemed real keen.
Oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell him where I am.
They were curious, but I told them I didn't know.
I don't believe him, do I?
No, absolutely not.
Well, that might be a clue. I didn't know. Where's no? Oh my God, you're fucked.
God damn it. Well,
Poquito Mas, as you're thumbing through your book, you see 4 fields within the area that you recognize from your book that say have a 30% chance of a leprechaun appearing. Through the immediate vicinity of the first few pages, you grasp that you must appear in a field of favor and hope that upon the midnight the rainbow appears in which they come from. At least that's what you gather so far through your literature.
In these feet. And them at midnight. I'm just saying it out loud. Nobody.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
reading.
about.
You're just reading.
Well, I'll see you all a little later for repeat business, I assume. But I'm still working on
Professor
setting up the
grabs that
shop.
book. By the way,
Don't fight.
Which one?
the one that this one that originally had
Oh,
that was
gotcha.
closed. By the
You
way,
hear him go,
I believe he paid for this, and I put it in my bag of holding, and I
He
walk
goes,
off.
what? He goes, Professor, you
Yes.
open that book. You welcome something you might not agree with. But enjoy.
Okay. Walk off.
Severian, as you open, water.
By the
is
way,
wet.
just like out of game, I gave a list of like, don't know this book, don't know this book, don't know this book. And then Water is Wet is the 4th, and then rolled a d4 to see what I would read. And I rolled a
That's where
4.
you landed. Oof. You got it. You bust open Water is Wet, and it splashes you like a squirtle. Kind of like one of those flowers in a clown outfit that just gets you as you look closer at it.
Do I
And
see
it's
this
like,
happen?
I
oh, yeah.
see why
As
this
anyone
book
who's
has been
outside
banned.
witnesses it just squirting his face, and it already has taken step 1 of driving him mad.
now you are
I
wet.
just chuckle. Ah! I love that
And
book.
then in the context, it says, "You are wet."
I know I'm wet. I can't believe this book. had a trap water. And then he continues to read. He's enamored now a little bit.
All right. Go ahead and give me a insight check. I know these are your guys' favorites.
Yeah, I always
Gotta love
do
it.
remarkably well with them.
Well, Tito, did you get the information I had told you would get?
Thank you, Professor.
Yes.
Now know where we must go. There are 4
Yes,
locations.
praise.
You are so great. You are the best. None can invent like you.
I know. Now, you might need to pay me money to help you.
Annie. Please,
sir.
I just give him one of the books.
You got it. You understand, Serverian,
Drop it in my
that this
pack of
book
holding.
has so much information in it. It just astonishes you. You should have access to Water is Wet in the Alistar's collection of books folder in the journal entries tab. Let me know if you see it.
Yes, I do.
All right. So if you hadn't been able to see it before, this is the current
Yep,
context
I
of
did not
Water is
read it
Wet.
before.
So generally,
tough.
this is pretty much what the Water is What gives you, but every time you interact with it, there is more flavor context of what's really going on. But as you read it, this is pretty much the pertained information that matters most, in which you can play off of and use. As you get to the spell aspect for you being Serverian, let me take a look at your sheet real quick. You know that these spells would require the book to be on your person and have a chance at not working as expected, because it would not be something you're casting from known knowledge. It is something you're casting from the verbiage in which someone had laid out upon you. But
And I'm also
you are
not
now
the
proud
smartest
owner
person.
of Water is Wet. Congratulations. You see the allure
Last
to it,
copy.
as you're looking at it. Like, you're like, ooh,
One
this
got
is...
washed away in a tidal wave.
Yeah. One
This
is
book
you.
is not stable.
got
Like
washed away.
our CASP was like right in banning this book.
That book is seriously a lot of issues. But yeah, you guys leave the non-declared library potion market of none other than ex-member of the JR Rungam Jerkle that only Darko understands the history of in player context. As you guys depart.
Yeah, they dated. That's all good.
Exactly. As you guys depart, what direction do you guys wish to go in next?
I don't know. What do y'all want?
Oh shit. You had
Want to go
access
to
to
the
this
field.
shit? Holy fuck. You casted Tsunami and it says, and I quote, death.
Yeah.
One.
That's
And
literally the description.
There was an option called Tidal Wave, which was not the same.
I chose the correct one. Who would
Yeah,
dare?
so Alistar has had
challenge
access
my
to that
choices?
this entire time. That's been like his baby, his book baby the entire time. It was amazing. It was well played, Alistar.
The only time you used it, you used the fucking spell that said death.
What would you have me do? Life?
There are
Don't
9
fucking
spells.
Should have understood. This is what was happening. Not my fault the book tried to pull away from my hands. It's not how books are supposed to work.
Nonetheless,
Yeah, it's the
I'm gonna
book's
give you guys
fault.
a quick. I'm gonna give you guys a quick time to discuss what it is you guys want to focus on next. I have to take a quick leak. I'll be right back.
I want to go
I'm
to the
sorry,
field,
like,
but
I
also
just-
if you guys
I
have
never
it.
saw this before. I think this was an Alistar only thing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I see why it costs 1,000 gold, because like it gives you potentially access to a whole bunch of spells. You never know if they're going to go sideways or not. But like, I can't believe like there were some useful ones that you could use in other times.
No, I only got the magic part like 2 sessions before we died.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay. Well, I guess you didn't have to
Would've
pay
used it a
for
long
it, so
time
maybe that
before I
was
did
it.
otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, like you look at it and it's like, wow, there are useful spells in here.
Yeah.
They'll probably go bad, but you know,
Even just like shape water is super.
yeah. Water walk.
Control
Somebody
water.
can keep up with
Yeah.
you. create or
Or
destroy
whatever.
water if we're out in a desert for some reason. Yeah.
Stuff. So what did you guys your objectives right now?
I'm just mainly RPG, like RPing, like I don't know,
I
like
still want to find the leprechaun. That's kind of where I'm headed.
I was going to say the holiday horde really is kind of like the wild goose
it
chase.
seems to be
I
the
think that
biggest
we're
catch.
kind of on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, if we
going
could even get like on
after-
a like a small hook of that might be cool to pull us all along with that
Mhm.
campaign. Because like yours is the most readily accessible.
Yeah. Well, and I was thinking because like even Darko, like it could feed into you because you could sacrifice all the people that we kill
There's
on
a
the
lot.
way.
There's a large swath of followers of that holiday
Yes.
horde too. So.
Yeah. They all
And
become
it
your
hasn't come up in the
sacrifices.
game yet, but like that would go along with Varian's master goals is like bringing some balance in things.
Bring out
This could
false
be like
idols.
connected. This
Yeah.
could be connected. I
Yeah.
don't know.
like it. That'd be awesome.
Let's go.
So,
Maybe this is why Joe Laverne brought us together.
You were meant to help with the holiday horde. Jesus,
Actually,
Laverne.
you know
The
what?
Griswold party? No,
Yeah.
it's gonna be terrible.
You guys
Let's
depart.
go find this
You
leprechaun.
arrive back in the market square briefly. You hear a young boy calling out, "News stories, all things that you've never heard or seen, because they're here in this paper, in my hands, not yours. Get yours now. Come on, get after it." Does anyone take heed?
I've spent enough gold. Professor,
Sure. Well,
aren't you interested in the day-to-days?
no.
Hmm.
No,
I find
I'll
them
take care of
boring
this.
and mundane.
Give it here, boy. Let me have this this paper
Oh.
here.
This man seems to like a lot of children. Is it a clause?
Mr. Darko, sir, I don't think you should read this one. And he starts like backing away,
What?
like keeping the paper from you, even though you don't know this child. He seems to know you.
Why? Now I'm intrigued. Give me the paper.
It's 5 copper first.
I have Potsy run up and just grab it.
Of course.
Okay, that's mine.
Even
I
if
was
you do
still trying
that,
to persuade him to give
even
it
if you
to
do
me.
that, Varian flips in the 5 copper,
You
like
flip
just
it. He's like,
casually.
Thank you, sir. Maybe, sorry, Mr. Darko, and he just takes off running, terrified.
Snatch it from him and
Run along, run along.
Okay, what do
Potsy
I
climbs
read?
up on you, Darko, and hands you the paper, and he climbs
Let's
down.
be honest. It's Professor. It's either you or I who can read this. Really, why don't you read it?
Nah.
Nah.
We've got to wait for Darko to read this. It's gonna take a century.
I can't wait till in front of him while he tries.
As you look over it,
Well, you have a
Darko, you
point.
see-
Actually, come to say it.
You see immediately.
Varian's gonna look for a cart that like serves food or drink
Mhm.
real quick, and if there is one around, he's gonna buy snacks for everyone except Darko to sit there and like eat while they wait for Darko to read the news.
Okay, Darko, Sir Varian goes off to get snacks while you shrivel your nose and get
Get my spectacles out.
get your pull out your spectacles, throw on the glasses. Your hair's in the way. You move your hair from the glasses. You wipe them a little with your dirty ass beard, and somehow they look cleaner. And you finally read the headline, the first part of it. Van Key rant. Okay, this is the paper. You got that part done. Cool. And then you see under special edition. Well, that's never good. Special editions are usually need to know kind of things. The first headliner. Disappearance of children. Wait.
What?
As you look at that, you immediately competition comes to mind. What the fuck? If you ain't got them, who got these kids? And second of,
It's
the
so
location in
awful.
which these kids are missing, in which these kids are missing from,
Fucking pedo
it-
group.
is the Wishbone, which you know isn't too far from your location at the JR. The second headliner on there goes about talking to how there's a serpent in the water. It has been known to take down small fishing boats, and bigger boats charm the people right off them. You've been warned to be at sea. It is not the time. At least that's what they say in the papers. And the third headliner, which kind of targets you directly. You see the top of the title. New management? Hollowed ground? What's next? Question mark, exclamation mark, dash. And then you see underneath it. Just coming to you under new management, known by none other than the JR. It is none other than well, what is your name? You see that you're reading like a written out interview, and it's like Meek, Supervisor General Surgeon Meek. You see that like there's like this weird non-space between all the names. Have you not know the titles? It would look like Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious all smashed into one, and you're just like, oh god. And then you see under it, you see like a quote from Meek himself. I survive what other JR crew could not. Make me captain. Yes, yes. That is crew law. And then you see in the paper further as you mumble it out to yourself and not necessarily read it to the rest of them. On the very bottom, you see a question given out to the new managing member of the JR. Do you foresee any kind of reconstruction or repurposes of the building? And you see directly below it, quoted and guaranteed. Yes, I see new attorney grounds being produced and new attorney being announced now. Come, just with no at the JR for new attorney soon. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time here at the JR. And that's it for us, folks, in this special announcement bulletin.
A new attorney, huh? Does it say when the when it was actually going to be, like the date in comparison to
No,
now?
absolutely not. As Meeks
No.
described it, coming soon, come ask no, register, coming soon.
Well, Darko has a lot of feelings right now about the kobolds, but like this is actually a positive for him because it just attracts more people to the JR, which is always a positive for him. However, yeah, I think at this point, is there any mention in here of the Holiday Horde?
There is not in this particular title. As that's going on, you hear the vendor. Hey, you're over here eating up all my churros. You know, this has a special kind of seasoning on it. You just don't pick this up anywhere. You gotta pay for all those. He looks to you, Varian.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Chosen's churros require more money. How much money?
Well, those suckers go 5 gold apiece in this town.
Are you serious? I mean, they cannot
Do you
be that
enjoy how they
great. I don't.
taste?
I've had better.
He looks at you blankly. Then you best pay and leave, sir.
I've heard that
Anyone else
Chosen's
get-
churros were to die for. Are Chosen's Chonze churros not the same?
Like we said, it's a secret seasoning that we don't discuss publicly.
Well, I detect salt. Why is there salt on a churro?
It keeps it bind. Don't you know salt keeps things sticking together and all?
Well, I'll give you 1 gold for the lot that we bought. I don't think
you
that
had no
these
idea
are
salt keeps
the
things together.
Chosen's
This is
churros.
mind-blowing.
I don't care.
You honestly believe that salt is glue when you hear that.
Personally, by the way, I do think that Chosen's churros have been knocked out 9,000 times at this
Oh, for
point.
sure. They have
Yeah,
to
oh,
have
yeah.
been.
Listen
Oh,
to
yeah.
churros.
Yeah, for sure.
Can
Like, I
Professor
love
like
them.
call the bluff here? Medicine.
Mm, yeah,
Actually
you're
wouldn't have
eating
no.
one.
I would have no idea what chosen churros are like. But
You think they're great.
can I?
You think salt was an excellent addition because goblins are horrible. They think
Yeah.
salt is definitely seasoning.
This is the best thing I've ever had. This is
You see
definitely
see that?
chosen.
That's another 5
Professor,
gold
you
for that
are
one that he
really
just bit.
Professor. You are killing. How did the youth put it? You're killing
This
my
four of you,
vibe
That's
right now.
20 gold right there, sir.
I wouldn't pay more than a copper for this, but it
Don't look
tastes
nervous,
really
fella.
good. And also, keep in
Fantastic.
mind,
Actually, you see
I
that
eat
one
garbage.
reading the newspaper over there. His name is Darko. He's the money man. And then Baron's gonna leave.
Guards! Guards! That man
Professor
stole
walks
my
off
churros.
as well.
The chosen ones.
You see a bunch of guards running over, and they're just like,
Sir, what happened? That man right there, the one reading the paper. His boys robbed me.
as you're reading the paper, Darko, you finally pull
Potato.
yourself away from it.
Come
We're
on,
gonna
you-
go find the
Pokito-
leprechaun.
Pokito, do you stay by Darko or do you take off with the rest of the group?
Yeah, I'll go with the crew.
All right. So Darko,
All
you
things
find
in
yourself
balance.
I
alone
myself.
as you look at the paper
You
and
by
see
yourself
two
reading
guards
the
walking up to you.
Mr. Darko, sir.
You see that one of them's name is Raymond. You know who he is. He's a frequent at the JR.
Darko, sir,
We got a small problem with a vendor and your boys.
No. What happened?
It seemed they
Was it the
ran
dumb
off with
one?
a couple of chosen churros.
Was it the dumb one?
The,
Who do we think he's talking about?
he
He's
looks up
talking
at the
about
guard.
me. He thinks
How
my
far are
guy's
we?
The
dumb.
guard looks at himself.
we
How
don't
far
know
are we
which
from
one's
Darko?
the dumb one.
You guys are probably like easily
Well.
50, 60 feet.
Well,
Okay.
they're all really fucking dumb, but not the bald one, but the tall,
Cast
pompous
Vortex Warp.
asshole.
On Darko.
Darko, give me a con save.
Vortex warp.
What?
You're having this conversation as you're like, "Blue, blue, 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 blue."
It's great.
Oh, you
And
can
you feel
choose
this
to
like
fail.
tug. I mean, you didn't though. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, oh, what the? Like you realize someone tried to scoop you up, and it didn't work.
What a
You're trying to
idiot.
explain yourself to these guards. As they're like, you see, I don't know if it's the bald one. I don't even know what that one is. And that old
Look.
green looking one. But what I can tell you, sir, is they owe this vendor here 20 gold.
I'll tell you what. In light of recent events, what say we put this one on the tab for the JR? Okay, the next time you come in,
You see Raymond kind of nudging
and
him.
you can we'll take care of it. How do you say? He's gonna try and persuade. He's trying to persuade these guys to like just let him off the hook.
He's like, yeah, I heard of this once. They call this c'est la vie. Are you offering us a c'est la vie?
No,
Oh, a
what do
salad.
know? Calling you? I'm not calling you anything.
No. What you're offering us is called a c'est la vie. We just show up and drink.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what the JR is good for, is it not?
C'est la vie for both of us.
Absolutely.
Man, we gotta take this. Yeah. All right, we'll tell that vendor that you'll pay him back later, and when it comes up
No,
again,
he
we'll
can
just
come drink at the JR too. Tell him he's got a sailor whatever as well.
Oh, all right. I'll let him know. Hold on. One second. Yeah, the rooms are.
Why pay for stuff? Just give them to the JR.
And he looks at Darko, and you hear him saying,
Yeah, you want me to? Well, want me just to say c'est la vie to that asshole? No. I think you misunderstand what he's offering you. He's not offering you drink for life. He's saying that is life. You're a bunch of dumbass guards. I don't know why we even trust in you. I'm gonna get my gold. You best believe it, old man. It ain't gonna be from you. It's gonna be from your pests. Your pests. Rue on you, old man. Rue on you.
And he
You
just,
come
like,
find us at the JR.
I will. And c'est la vie this, and he like flips you off in like a hand gesture, more so like a
Okay.
Roman, like a Romeo nature, not so much as a actual like finger, but more like a from the chin flick toward you.
Darko is 100% making a mental note of this guy, and if he ever sees him at the JR, he's gonna burn this man at the stake.
This man looks like Pinocchio's dad, Geppetto. So if you see a Geppetto,
Okay.
that's the man.
Yep. He's gonna be every time he's at the JR now. He's gonna be making an investigation check looking for fucking Geppetto.
You got it. You got it.
He's gonna make
Geppetto
a
is
public
is on
display out
neighborhood
of him.
watch.
Damn it, Darko! Had you just failed that fucking con check, dude?
Hey,
Warped your ass out of there.
we've
So,
got
with that-
more patrons at the JR
It's
now.
worked out.
The guards are like, oh,
Drink
yeah,
it for
Mr.
free.
Darko, sir, we're sorry that didn't quite work out, but we're still good for the sale of you.
Yeah, no problem. You come by. Let Meek know, because he's the manager over there now. That
No. He's a supervisor, sergeant, general,
No.
pirate captain, manager
whatever.
of Henry. Yeah, he said not to say that part, but you get the idea.
Yeah, get the idea. Yeah, he gives himself a lot of funny titles. Anyway,
cool
you
necklace.
tell him Darko said that all the new patrons that he's sending over there are going to be drinking for free from now on. You tell him I said.
Oh, Mr. Darko, sir. We'll go right away. Thank you so much. Let's go take a break.
They take off.
Darko's
Love
gonna
it.
cause some fucking shit at the JR right now.
Good. I love it.
Mm.
I turned to Paquito Moss. Do you know where we go for this leprechaun? I'm quite interested to know how he has become a leprechaun. I don't even know what that is.
Well, the midnight, at one of 4 fields, rainbow will show. And then he will show with the rainbow. The end of that rainbow is his treasure hoard.
Yes, this
First
sounds
field.
like a good thing. Let us do this.
A place called Wishbone. This is first place we go.
The Wishbone? Oh yeah,
Yes.
I read about that over in the paper.
I'm just making it up out. I don't know.
You're good.
Appropriate
No, that's fine.
place for one of the fields.
Hey, if you want to lead him to the wishbone to look for the leprechaun, we got a 30% chance. So let's fine.
Go to the Wishbone. We are first.
Well, he recognized he recognized the
book, yeah,
field,
he
right?
recognized 3
Yeah.
locations, yeah. So the first
Okay,
3
so-
names are his. So after that, then I'll take over. But Wishbone's one of them that has a 30% chance of him appearing at midnight.
All right, let's do it. Let's fucking go.
Wishbone we go.
Darko, you
Yeah.
know
I'm
that's
gonna-
another 19-mile trek on the cart
So
with these
that's
assholes.
how many? How long is that? Like
Like
as
3.5,
far as
4
distance?
hours.
Okay.
Yeah, they're wearing on me. So
I think I'll take
And
a
plus-
short rest. I don't think.
and
I can
plus I
do
know like how backstabbing the kobolds have been lately. So I feel like even though I knew that they were a bunch of shysters, I feel still slightly betrayed by them.
Well, I mean, it
So
sucks
I'm
when
starting
you
to
go
warm up.
alive to see how they use the dead, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that
Straight up
that's
make
even
it
though I
while
really
those
didn't
room
give a shit about the
and let it
last
happen.
crew, they were still the crew. So yeah, I'm starting to take Darko's starting to take more of a liking to this crew now,
Okay.
for sure.
Run alongside the wagon. 19 miles.
Yeah, he's starting to because we're starting to get up to shenanigans he's familiar with.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
like, I know
that's
this
true.
stuff. Hold on.
Which reminds me, just because of out of balance, like I think moving forward, I'm gonna start like flipping a coin with Varian about what he's going to do, right and wrong.
I love it.
Let's see.
Two-Face.
That's good.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. It's always about balance. Sometimes he'll
Yeah.
con you, sometimes
Chaotic
he'll do
neutral.
the right thing. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what his god is. So
That's perfect.
So, I am looking for my wishbone map, but I don't know if I have it right now. Let me see.
Take a level of
Be right
exhaustion
back,
for
guys.
running 19 miles.
Yeah, you want to do it? I will totally honor you at a level of exhaustion, but you can absolutely pull that off, and I will ask you to give me
Feel
a
my
constitution
muscles
check.
burning.
Love it.
1 level of exhaustion.
But give me a con check though. I just for flair.
Oh, okay. Eight.
That was a hurtful jog toward the end, my friend. Poquito, you did not look great doing it, but you did it.
It's been a few
What?
weeks since I last ran.
Clearly, you need to do that more often.
It's,
Plan on catching the leprechaun
It
on
seems
Santa
as if
Claus.
you made a very stupid decision.
You won't be chasing them down on foot, it seems.
yeah, this is a normal training day. Anyone at temple.
Like 19 miles is not like a massive feat to be able to run that, anyways.
I love it. 1 second.
Hard.
down
It's
road.
very difficult. I have blister on my foot.
Yeah, and you did it barefoot. That's right.
What did I?
I don't know. Did you? Do you have?
I
Do you
wear
have shoes?
boots of striding or whatever they are. So I
Oh,
have to-
okay.
Yeah, boots of
You know
string or
what?
something
For
like
shits and giggles, I'm gonna float by him as he goes with
Okay.
my sand, and then land every few, to be in the cart, and then kind of float next to him as he continues to do it. Just
like that, like a
Just to mock him.
kind of like coaching you to like
yeah.
keep running, you lazy
You
slag.
can do
Go.
it. You can do it. Just floating next to him.
You
Now,
guys, as you guys,
This would be so much easier if you could fly like me, but you can't. So,
you all arrive at the wishbone. 1 second, I'm pulling. I found the map in my folder, in my files. I'll pull it up. Save that. Let me pull your. Oh, yeah, thank you for bringing them closer so I can copy them and paste them.
by the way, on the
As you-
trip, I do make 2 with my to-go alchemy kit. I make 2 experimental elixirs with my
You got it.
day of experimental elixirs.
You guys arrive at the wishbone. Before you do, a little bit of theater of the mind. The visual map is here. You guys have never been to the actual visual map of the wishbone, huh?
Yeah, no, we have. We've seen this.
You have? Okay.
Mhm.
Because it was in the hollow
Yeah.
folder, so I wasn't sure if it was actually something you guys have been to. But I feel like you guys had already, because I think
Yeah,
I
we
thought
had
I made it for you
recruited-
guys, but hollow
We'd
got the-
recruited these
the-
guys
the
that were
game.
the.
Yeah.
That's right.
I talked to like a prostitute in that tent.
That definitely sounds accurate.
So,
Yeah.
as you guys,
Yeah.
well, no, it's correction. Henry did. Darko, you arrive at the wishbone.
I'm the same guy. Like I talked to the prostitute, man.
That's true. It's the same guy who talked to him, but a different persona.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be
Yeah.
the same prostitute. Who knows? Darko, you arrive at a familiar location, and it's quieter. You don't hear any of the goddamn kids. There's no playing. There's no bouncy balls going around. Son of a bitch, that article was probably right. As you do arrive, you guys are greeted by an individual that looks to be of lizardkin-like gestures before you. Again, this is theater of the mind because on the map I don't have any other tokens but you guys. This lizard
Fairy fire.
individual. He looks to be well dressed. He's not
You
like an
demand it.
alligator.
Fairy fire.
You know what? I'll roll.
Does he do it? Professor Glure
Do
just
you
falls
do
on the floor laughing.
Did Varian tell me to do it? Then yes. Just do it for yourself.
I can't see him on the map, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put a little token. Let me see. We will use. Let's see what I got in the retired. We will put. We need a lizard folk. I got one.
Use the invisibility like at all our first session, and I've already used fairy fire.
Lizard on it.
Love it. Just remember to bring it to me tomorrow, and I will fill up the charges.
Snap, you can do that every day?
Here.
Yep.
That's
We'll put
insane.
Steve here. This is a squid named Steve or octopus named Steve that is unknown of their current location.
Squid. It was a squid.
Squid. Okay. Squid
That's
named
I
Steve.
always wonder what happened to him because we kind of
Well,
lost
We'll get to
him.
that one day. We will. We will get to that. But until that day, we'll say that this squid is the lizard folk. That's not a lizard folk in front of you. That you
Okay.
fairy fire at as you just shoot this belly button beam of fairy dust at it.
Oh my gosh.
And he's just like,
I glow. Halloween's nice. It's new.
I yell out, that's how we greet all friendly people.
I feel.
We spray them with our fairy juice.
I feel. Friendlier? Yes. Friendlier,
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
You all look like a group that came to inquire. I am sorry, but we are not opening trade today. We have had a incurrence of our land.
This person here has a request.
Yes. There is a field here. I will need to stand there by midnight. Rainbow will show. I will kill the leprechaun.
You hope for lucky things to happen, huh? Is that what you say?
Lucky things. Leprechaun is a lucky man, yes. He will not be lucky tonight.
Lepra in the lizard tongue means luck. So if you come to Leprechaun, you came to wish for luck.
Interesting. I care not for luck. Need it not. Will die by my hand. My friends
Or come
will
to our
assure me.
field and kill something there and leave it there. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yes, this is what I am saying.
Well, I don't see anything that needs killing unless it's one of your allies. When they're dead, do you need them?
Will not die. Not on this day.
Professor, you as a goblin absolutely know that lizard folk will eat their dead. So what he refers to is if whatever happens, can he consume it after?
So yeah, Professor will kind of like wave down Akito. Let me take over. Now, this item that you'll be consuming is extremely valuable.
So it's a
Only us
fair meat,
here.
something unusual to taste. I'm
Yes,
intrigued.
only us here know how to take care of this item, but it does bestow great luck to whomever consumes it. But you need us. So, with that being said, you'll have to
Sorry, you
pay
said
us.
you?
Yeah,
Would
you
be
need
me?
us to. No. We don't have any taste for this. We just need to kill it. But
But what's it taste like?
kill it. It'll taste like luck.
Does luck stain the ground of Clover?
No. But it fills the belly.
That does fill belly.
So, now take us to this field, pay us some money, some gold, and we'll kill it, leave it for you, and we'll all be happy.
Wait. What if I let you have this field if you find our lost ones? Our kin.
You're just gonna give us the field without finding you, Ken. I know we have to do a job. I don't want to do a job. I want to kill the leprechaun, give you the leprechaun,
Barter.
you pay me
Barter.
money.
Wishbone is barter. You arrive in
Darko, you could at least inform them that is the terms of a wishbone. Since technically none of them have been here.
Okay. This man here seems to enjoy kids, so maybe he can help you find your kids.
You help. You
I
help
think
seek
we can
what we've
kill.
lost. How do you
Yeah, I
seek
think.
them? Their scent is unsearchable.
Well, that doesn't mean the scent of who took them isn't.
He looks around like in his head, like he's like searching his brain with his eyeballs. He's just like, holy shit, I didn't do that. He's just like,
You mean the captor? Search for them, not children.
Yeah,
Genius.
we think we might have some suspicions.
Who we send?
Well, the leprechaun, for one.
Lepra means luck. The god of luck you think stole our kin?
Very
I'm
well put,
sorry.
Huff.
Am I the only one who knows that a leper is short for leprosy, and Khan is a conqueror? Why would we want to be meeting a diseased conqueror?
Yes.
So,
I question
now, oh, not everything means the same thing. There's different meanings for many words. If you were a red
lepra
individual, you
means
would
luck.
understand this. Yes, I understand. Leper means luck for you, but not for him, not for others. Some
For
it
us.
means
That words
For
do
you.
not have meaning. This is. I need to go and pray about this.
I
We
write
catch
down.
the leprechaun.
I write
He will
down my
tell us where the
frustrations of
others
idiots.
are.
the professor takes a journal of this heated moment of a barter that has been so difficult.
And Varian goes and he kneels over here in the bushes and starts praying and he does it theatrically loudly to Jill Laverne to be saved by these idiots he's partnered with.
Give me a D100.
All right.
While he's doing that, yes. So now back to us getting paid to kill the leprechaun for you to eat on it. You give us the field, we kill the leprechaun, you eat the leprechaun. How about that?
I think you tell us how to find these leprechauns. We eat them,
No, so no,
and you help us
doesn't
find
work
our
that way.
children.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I think we can kill two birds with one stone.
No birds. They scrawny, hollow, tasteless.
Professor looks at Darko
Okay.
and says, "Shut up!
Okay.
No metaphors. Speak straight language to these idiots."
Sir Varian, you hear this conversation happening as you're praying.
We know we're doing good when the DM's laughing, trying to figure this shit out.
And as you're praying, you feel something, like a subtle leaf just lands on your shoulder, and you look, and it's this bright orange, almost fall-like color that is not displaced, but far from where its tree would fall, as if it came to you. You, Sir Varian, get the sense that something might be in your favor.
Ooh. I knew I shouldn't be partnered with them. I knew. Jill Laverne. I picked incorrectly, correct?
You get this swell inside you of warmth, but distaste, like an upset stomach of, well, this is what you got.
Is this the best? Truly, Jill Laverne, this is the best we could do.
You feel as if there was like there's a teeter-totter comparison where you could have less or you could have what you have. So there was an option, and it was less than what you have. So whatever it was, they felt it was worth it.
Is the world really this unbalanced?
You immediately just feel a weight plummet to the ground. Boom. Like there's no balance whatsoever in this world.
Julavan. By my faith in you and by the honor of my family,
What did he say?
I will resolve this.
Who he speak of?
He's
You
speaking
hear this.
to a god. Someone he
Dashes
wants to
forward.
talk to.
He moves so fast to you, to Servarian, before Servarian even realizes it, and he like, kind of like slithers his tongue.
Who you speak of?
Only the greatest god in the world, Julavan. Surely you've probably not heard of him, seeing of your type.
Order. Yes.
You've heard of him.
Jul means two. Vern means combined. Two combined means order.
It does, but unfortunately, this world has very few of this balance.
You don't have none? No order to consume?
I'm sorry, maybe there's a dialect issue. I do not understand you. Order to consume.
Yes. Power. Pray. Consume.
Give me an
Those
insight
sound
check,
like
all of you.
Julavan's tenants.
Everyone give me an insight check for Servarian with advantage.
Have been good.
Are we all doing an advantage or
Yeah,
just?
all of you. All
Well,
of
I'm
you.
at
Okay.
disadvantage.
Yeah,
because
Pokito.
of
Oh
my
no, all of you
exhaustion.
guys regular. Sorry, only Servarian at advantage. Pokito Moss
Oh,
is at
okay.
disadvantage because of his exhaustion.
Well, then I got a 1, so I didn't
You got it.
incite anything. I'm too busy
Yeah.
trying to write in my journal.
Yeah, you're frustrated with how this barter went from barter to conversation.
Trying to barter.
Pokito Moss and okay, Darko, you're flatlined. You're kind of like just in your clueless nature of Darko. Pokito Moss, you feel like this is keen, like it's important but simple, and simpler than Servarian, the one person you actually have communicated with, has made it. Though you're now seeing that there is a simplicity to his ways. You understand Servarian's, I guess, direction as you look at this simpler being before you. Servarian, you immediately connect this lizard folk to your god. This lizard folk, in the most layman's terms, understands the core version of your god, but in a completely different tongue. And you understand that he too is a follower. He too is of this earth. And you feel this swell between you and it, in which you speak with, of understanding
So
that
at
they
this
too are a follower.
at this point, like I've still actually been on my knees, not directly looking at him. I'm gonna
You feel a
stand
pull or a
up.
tug, like bringing your eyes to attention, as if Julaverne is moving your chin to look toward upon in which you speak with.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna directly approach him, and then I'm going to reach down and is there like clay or anything below me?
I mean, for clay, give me a D100. Let's see how lucky you get.
We'll see. God's on my side tonight. Nope.
Holy
Yup.
shit,
Oh,
you absolutely
God is on my
like,
side.
my fucking somehow, some way, you stick your finger in the dirt and there's clay 2 inches beneath it. Like, I don't know how you knew, but you're just like, this is the spot. Wow.
Jill
First
Laverne.
D100 after almost 2 years.
I'm gonna reach down and grab it, and then I'm gonna draw Jill Laverne's symbol on his shield.
He looks at it. I protect it. I see. We know. Present like you. But we believe same.
There are many ways of order, and there are many vessels such.
One.
I think that we can.
Consume. Kill. Remove.
It seems to me that there is a need in today's world Julavan has said that there is a lack of balance and there is a
Yes.
surplus.
Our kin stolen. Our next gen no exist if stolen.
We must balance this.
Yes. You see,
Friends, we have a task. We must do this.
Let's go to
I
field.
know. I know. We were gonna do it anyways. You didn't need to stick your finger in the dirt, you fucking weirdo.
Yes, we were trying to tell this individual that we were gonna do the killing of the leprechaun.
Friend, if it were not for Julavan's intervention, what were your plans for the four of us?
Exactly what you have planned for us to do now.
No, their plans were to kill and leave us beyond. Am I correct?
We'll get information.
I don't know if Alex is still
Leprechaun.
here.
Yeah. Oh, were you referring to him? Like, oh, sorry. I
Yeah.
thought-
Yeah. So my feeling is that like
Lizard
that Lizard Man, his intention was basically they were going to kill us. We'll
he
find
goes,
out.
no, we request assistance, but do not expect your kind. Fancy, healthy, fat.
With your previous insight, you would understand that his healthy and fat is reference to well-being. Thank you.
Well, it seems that they were going to help, but we have a higher reason to help now.
Higher
Whatever
reason?
gets us to the field.
Okay, that's great. Whatever motivation you need, good sir.
What
Yes,
they say.
let us be on our way. Show us to this field. We need to be there at midnight.
We
Only have so much time.
offer, we let you use field. Upon midnight, after.
You have to lick so much.
Please do
Those
not
ones.
mind. Please
I
do
love
not
that
mind my
Goblins one.
Corsa crew here. I do have to ask you, if we do survive and we save your kin, being a follower of Julavan, will you join us after?
My tribe. Aid when called. If assist in success.
Very
Oh,
well.
trust me. We shall
Well,
be successful.
Darko, please leave your uncouthness at the door, but we will indubitably succeed. Please put your faith in Julavan and answer Julavan's servants if we do succeed, which we will.
You
Julavan
can
just walks
ignore
out.
him.
So, for the rest of your guys' evening, you have bartered an agreement with this lizard folk to be within this encampment field. Within it, for theater of the mind, I mean, I'll slowly start just like copying them all over the place. But imagine there's probably at least 20 to 24, give or take, lizard folk residing here at the Wishbone. They seem to have displays of potential trade, though none of the shops seem to be in operational order. You see other individuals collecting wood and other necessary needs and belongings. But there is quite a few, as you guys eventually do walk forward into the actual premises and field of none other than the Wishbone. You come to realize that those who resided here previously are not home anymore, as almost everything occupied is non-lizard folk of nature. The trolleys, the carts, the wagons, the tents. Every single aspect of it does not follow the kin of lizard folk, and as you look, you even see the different lizard folks using things in odd natures. They have a pick like a pike, but like they call it. You guys would call it a pick. It's like a breakable, very breakable, feasible version of what a pike would be, or a spearhead, and they seem to be using it for hoeing the ground. And then you see others that are using chests as little homes for their children. No, well, what would be for
They're
children,
back.
you guys see the children are missing, and the absence of such. That almost every crate or wooden-like structure is more or less just like a cramped home, more so than anything else. Poquito Moss is so
I'm just
excited
writing.
that if he
I'm
rolls
just writing
under
all
a
this stuff
30,
down.
the leprechaun might appear. So, I mean,
We rolling
Poquito Moss is
a roll?
fucking hyped. This dude is so excited. Poquito,
This is right.
I'm just
you are
jotting
shown
all
the
this
field
stuff down.
before you. Absolutely. You are shown the field before you and see yet a clearing. A specific spot in which one should find themselves to, for the lack of the word, pray, wish, hope, desire, want, yearn, need, call for, presented for you. Now, I need to ask something very important, and this matters a ton, Poquito. When you go to even attempt to call upon one of the holiday horde, will you or will you not allow your allies to be by your side?
They may be by my side.
Do you urge them to, or do you just say you can come if you want?
Come if they wish.
Who wishes to join Poquito in this potential event?
Professor
Yes,
does
so we
because
got
he
Professor.
is so interested. He doesn't believe any of this shit. He just wants to see it and write it all down.
Anyone
He
else
has
wish to voluntarily join Poquito side by side? Otherwise, you're assumed 60 feet away.
No, I'll be there.
Varian would.
Yeah. We'll hold
Poquito
hands. This is
as-
Care Bear.
You guys walk out like we are the Titans in hopes that you don't
Yeah.
lose this game.
Actually, Varian will be like beating on his chest and be like, "We will." Oh wait, no, wrong character. Just kidding.
Grandfather, lend me your spirit.
By Jolavan's might.
Revenge.
With
I do
advantage,
stand
need you to roll me a
behind
D100.
Paquito
You got it. Poquito
with advantage.
D100.
100 with advantage?
So two 100s.
Roll.
Dude, roll 100
roll
like
a
I did. Do
100?
it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Well, he's got to roll a 30, under a 30, right?
Under a 30? We're not doing
advantage.
anything tonight.
You
It's
walk
happening.
out to the field. What do you do, Boquito? Tell us exactly. What is it? I mean, you read the book, okay? You guys can't see me on camera, but air parentheses, the works. You read the book, so Paquito, in your words, via the book, what do you need to do to summon one of the holiday horde, particularly the leprechaun?
Leave a
lucky
coin
god.
in the middle of the field on top of a clover.
Okay, it's
And
a field full of clover. I
when the
forgot. I
clouds
mentioned it, but I forgot to
pass-
specify.
The clouds pass the moon. That is when the rainbow will show.
Okay, and you see the clouds floating by.
Professor
But yet-
is entirely waiting for this to fail, and so he's like writing, and he's waiting to write down the vivid reaction of all their faces for when it does fail, because he wants to laugh later when he reads it later.
You see no moon as the cloud passes over. But then a weird shine of light lands before you. What looks to be what is a small, relatively small 5-foot-ish stone lands in the field immediately 2 feet before your feet and glows and hums. The rest of you all witness this random tiny aspect of a meteorite land right before Paquito Moss as he just wheels the leprechaun to come so he can murder it. And the stone glows like a
Professor kind of shits himself and steps back.
The professor quickly takes holy fuck on a note, like takes a step back. A rock appeared. Poquito más.
Not what I was expecting.
¿Qué más?
Punch the rock. It was the second something fell from the sky, I was expecting to punch it.
Attack the rock. Give me an attack roll on any of your allies. It doesn't matter who they are. I know the DC.
On an ally?
Sorry, attack the lizard if you can find one. Sorry, it's attack whoever you see. All right, you attack yourself as you punch yourself in the face. You realize, no, not my chin. That stone, and you redirect it. Boom.
Lots of damage.
You make contact with the stone. As you do, Poquito Mas, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Are saving throws also a disadvantage? I think they are, right?
Correct. Maybe not
Just-
until your second. Yeah, just checks. Your second exhaustion will be saving throws.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
As you hit that Poquito Mas, your ass vanishes. The rest of you. The rest of you witness Poquito Mas throwing his arm directly toward the ground, and when he does, he hits it. You see the ground just open up like a moth. Like an entire vortex of suction. I need the rest of you guys to roll dexterity saving throws.
Love it.
This just them came with me, right? Schmeckel and Arian? Or did Darko
No,
also?
we all.
Everyone
Yeah, we all
with you.
went.
Everyone.
We
said
all
they
were
on.
holding hands. Beautiful.
Nobody said no. You guys are absolutely all involved in this.
I used Flash of Genius. I'm down to 3.
You use Flash of Giants, you got it.
So I'm at 19.
Jolivern saves his favorite.
Darko, come join me. Getting Darko into some shit.
Darko did not expect this.
No.
Darko's like over here messaging me in the background. What the fuck do I do? No. So we'll say for flavor, Poquito Mas, as you punch the ground, this swirl of non-existent matter just appears as your entire team just immediately tries to react. Going down the line of rolls, starting with Poquito Mas, then Darko, then Professor, then Varian. Sorry. Darko, Professor, then Severian. Darko, what did you do in the attempt to flee from a massive maw blackness opening beneath you? You immediately just gut drop limbo in your mind. How do you react?
Well, clearly not very well.
True. Valid.
So, yeah, I think Darko would have been kind of, I guess a little awestruck with everything and then attempted to turn around and flee, but probably would have I'll say he probably just slipped.
Okay.
And because he's not very dexterous at all. Yeah, he probably slipped.
You see Poquito Mas punch that rock and you're like, not again!
Yep.
As you feel your ass getting Jumanji back to limbo. Professor, you cast Flash of Genius.
Here we
Before
go.
you cast, not cast, but before you kick in your Flash of Genius, you feel the failure just unravel you. You're just consumed by this black maw of suction. Like, you feel as if it's taking you somewhere more so than it's doing something to you. And then you just, not gonna happen. What do you, what comes to mind, Professor, before what could have been your demise prevails?
I'm
sorry, did Darko get pulled back into the fucking...
I see a untouched part of land as the vortex opens, and I quickly step and then leap
You
off of it.
stagger toward this untouched land, and you quickly grab onto like a little huff of weed, and that weed pulls about 3 inches out, and it holds. And you yank yourself forward and throw yourself over right outside of this epitome of suction. Sir Varian, before you witness all of these things happening, what is it you do? As you are the quickest to react, what would you say you felt before you did? And
I understood what he was doing the second he started casting it. I just had like an inspiration. And so I don't know if you've taken a look at my sheet, but like I'm extremely athletic. So immediately, like I just did like a double backflip, just doop back behind me. Just
give me a performance check. Let's just
Yeah,
see how it
performance. I want to see how
Performance.
pretty it looked.
how pretty it was. That's fair. That's fair.
It's
I'm
gonna be
not
like
He
as good
accomplished
at-
it.
but
He
so
made
that
it.
is a-
it was okay.
Okay, yeah, not bad. I was gonna go 12 helix missamble, but it became a double helix, and you managed to catch yourself as you quickly felt this whirl, and you're just like, and you push yourself through. As you do, you manage to just yourself out of it, right outside the center. You and the professor find yourself holding on to nothing but just the ground beneath you, as Darko and Poquito Moss disappear into the black beyond.
We're good.
Professor, as we're holding on, Professor, I do have to say, you've noticed that there were 4 of us, and now there are 2.
Yeah, those
Balance, always balance.
I agree. This is very balanced.
As you guys compare numbers, both of you give me perception checks.
I have to
can't
also
believe you guys-
say they're fucked, we're not, and that is okay with me.
Oh my god! What? I've rolled several ones
Perception.
today.
Oh,
You said perception check?
Yes.
please.
Okay.
goodness. Somebody knows
Sir
how to look
Varian.
around.
You are staring at the professor because that's the only thing you can hold your concentration on at the time of such. But the professor, you look back, and as you do, you see, hey guys, what I miss? As Ponzi arrives, and that's where we will end this session.
Oh my god!
Ponzi shows up jumping off of a horse, and only the professor sees him as he's like, what I miss?
Yeah, like turn around from this void and walk towards Ponzi.
As you start heading off to Ponzi, everything behind the professor fades into like a darkness of wonder as we wonder what happens next session. With Poquito Mouse punching an
Oh my
anti-hero
god!
with-
Can you imagine Darko back in the fucking Shadow Realm? God damn!
A new fucking character.
No, I just imagine Darko's rage.
Getting darker. Yeah, Darko is going to just come out pure evil. If that
There's a reason
happens
why he
again.
hasn't died. You guys have just made him stronger. Frustration. He wanted to be there when all of you died, and he wasn't. You know how pissed he is.
Yep.
That's the only reason he followed us for that long was to collect our souls. And he never got them.
Absolutely.
So glad
So
Chosen
that's where we
banished
will
you.
hold the session. That was fucking awesome. That was great.
was fun.
You guys did wonderful as your characters. You guys are definitely filling your own holes, and I'm playing off of them as they appear. As for
Yeah,
Tell
we're
us-
definitely figuring them out. I think
absolutely.
better than before. Like it's a learning
It's tough,
curve. You have a new
Because yeah, you
character.
guys have a huge character sheet with so many abilities, and I'm looking at them I'm like, oof, like they missed this one. Oof, they could have done this. Oof, they could have done this. Like I'm gonna be honest, everything I do is tethered to you guys' character sheets. I will never throw something at you that the party can't handle. Like, I mean, that's just me. I mean, I could be mean, and I could just be like, you guys walked into a fucking trap. But I always try to make sure that someone's character sheet can do something. Sometimes I miscalculate because of preparation of spells or a little hiccup here and there. But for the most part, anything you guys face is tethered to your character sheets, to your characters, to your backgrounds.
Yeah.
Even
For
if I'm making
example,
it up on the fly.
could have
Go ahead.
I casted Identify on that stone?
Oh,
Understand it better.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
should
what I was
identify
gonna
it.
do. I was gonna do that, but he punched it. So
Not the best move. Not
I'm
the
not gonna
best.
stop the
No,
That's
but
awesome. That was
that's not
appropriate.
how not how his character works.
and that is
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think
Is he
it's great
still my
because Darko
character? Is
is
what I'm
just
trying
like,
to find out.
I will send you information in which what it is you seek because Poquito Moss, unbeknownst to everyone else, has succeeded in his goal.
Just
But
a little Paquito Muss.
just a little Poquito Moss. A little more about the Holiday Horde, which is wonderful because it is canon. One lucky player knows more than all of you, and it is not Poquito. So we'll leave it at that.
I'm hoping it's
Otherwise-
Fonzie.
DM, are the books, the other books I got, are like, am I going to get those in the next few days or weeks?
So, luckily,
Months.
Well,
Water Wet-
I got
Wa-
like,
Water is
well, I
Wet is
got
already
multiple
complete.
books, so I'd like,
Yes.
yeah. So I
So,
don't want to be
The
like,
Water
oh,
Wet
right,
is
3
Wet
books.
is complete. The books about your god will come to you. They will come in a single bulk, and I will break down which is which book, like which is the core, which is the supplementary, etc., etc. Books will be a lot more proper this season around because I have plenty of time to figure them out and work them. And obviously, Poquito Moss and aka Alistar, aka anyone who's ever played the Book of Water, is a huge. Water is wet. Sorry, the water is wet. I call it book. I call them elements in my head for my own record keeping. But but water is wet is a huge element, and that is the final version that will ever appear. So, good luck with it. I will leave it at that.
Cool.
in
Good thing
regards
Alistair
to
doesn't have it.
That demise. Yeah, he doesn't. He lost it.
He doesn't have anything now, sadly.
But no, I mean, to be fair, Alistar has signed his name in every single book he's ever had in his collection, which is a lot. So Rungam Jerkle will continue to live his legacy and sell Alistar's history.
And to be
Until
fair,
the
we
point
could
that he
always
shuts down.
play our old characters in hell. Like,
Ooh,
so it's a
There-
thing.
I wouldn't use the word purgatory, but there is a place in which you all could be found, perhaps. But I gotta
Yes,
ask,
Sir Archibald
did you
III
guys
is there.
Did you guys the Archibald? Yeah, Daddy.
Daddy
Uh,
doesn't want me here anymore. And I gotta get back to the
Did you guys
surface.
enjoy the Rungam Jerkle appearance?
Yeah, I liked it.
That was
I
cool.
did.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. It was good. I
I had
have
another
to.
person
I-
in mind, but it fell on Rungam at the end. I was like, he's the only guy who
Everything always
pulled this off.
does. Even
But
like his nickname. Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. His entire name. Oh, it's great because, I'm gonna tell you guys, the Rungam crew, which does exist in the world of where you guys are, which has nothing to do with Rungam Jerkle, is currently the biggest adversary against the Hollow group, which is literally a nomadic goblin regime that destroys everything in their path and loots them. So they're currently like dipping dodging this group of nomadic murderers that share the same name as Rungam Jerkle, just by chance, clearly by chance. But I thought it was a little fun because I had to float attention elsewhere. But nonetheless, I thought that was great. You guys did great. Yes, you will have your books very soon. I have almost everything caught up in the sense of the new content for this season. Like I said, one of you guys know more than the rest in the sense of what what's been mentioned for obvious reasons, and then a couple other of you guys will be receiving information. So definitely continue playing your characters as you have. I appreciate every single aspect of what you guys have been doing, and it's been a blast. So good luck.
Awesome.
Keep it up. Is all I could say.
Sweet.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank
Great
you.
night.
Night
You guys
night.
have a
Good
great night.
Night.
Until next time.
Later.